Hello, Ant. I am Ant. I am Ant. Hello,
check. 1, 2,
I
1,
am
2.
Ant.
You got it.
I'm Chris, and this sucks, and it sucks, and everything sucks, and it's horrible, and IGN, and fuck them, and
No, fuck
Wrestling.
IGN.
Wrestling.
action figures, Star Wars. Apex?
Why is there so much
I played Apex
shit
with-
being talked
with the guys
about
at
right
Hectic.
now? You guys going at each other so hard.
Max are great.
I don't say that.
That's so great.
Are we switching, or are you sitting?
I
there
might
for
just
the-
be Chris for the rest of the show. No, I'll
Okay.
switch.
No, I figure you're the center.
I was gonna
man.
say, I'm like, you're the center man
It's a
here.
big
I'm
responsibility.
not the lead singer of this podcast.
Hey, it took forever, but we're here now. We're set up.
Yeah, we're good.
With this, well, I mean, we're constantly moving sets and fixing mics as we're recording.
Yeah, we're
Save
gonna
for
have to
me.
get something.
Here we go.
We'll get something more streamlined.
I mean, this is a good time, in my
Yeah.
opinion, humbly.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
this is a
mind it.
great setup.
I think this
Whoever
is a really
came up
good
with this
setup.
idea was
yeah.
a good idea person.
Spoiler alert: Chris came up with the idea. He was a good idea person.
Yeah, good idea.
But yeah,
Now all we need to do is play bad games and have Chris
bad
wig out.
games.
Yeah, bad games.
We don't need bad games for Chris to wig out.
Well,
could-
not
we
like, let's give him some like really bad games.
Like what?
I'd wig out
Like
of the bad game.
Bug Snacks.
Well,
Bugsnax is not a bad game, to be fair. I just didn't like it. Like, I personally thought it was too much, to be fair. Like, I don't know. Like, it tried to be like Pokemon and then also have like a very inclusive story at the same time. And like, while that's great and good job and kudos, I was just like,
Spores. There you go. We'll make her play Spores.
I never played
let me play
sports.
Oddworld because I don't give a
Oddworld.
fuck
There you
about
go.
it.
The Oddworld is
I'm just gonna be murdering the people that follow
the people
you all
that
the time.
follow you.
I keep forgetting I have that game.
Yeah, I
Same.
gotta play it.
I never downloaded it. I just have it in my library. That's
You
it.
guys picked up the Horizon.
No,
Right.
I haven't.
I need
Horizon.
to. I have Horizon already, but I don't have the complete
It comes
edition.
the completed edition. Yeah,
So I
would
need
you
to
get that
just-
little art book or whatever?
I need
the
to just
little art thing?
re-download it so I can have the complete edition now,
Yeah.
which is weird. I feel like
I'm never
like,
gonna play the DLC. I don't give a fuck.
I just feel like that if I already have the game, why don't you? Can't you just distribute it to the people who have it as just an update? Like I have to like re-download
Yeah.
it because it's complete edition and
Complete
not standard
edition,
edition.
Yeah. I don't know.
It comes with the extra file, which I still don't know what it is. I know it's like an art thing, but I'm not sure what it is. The
not sure.
complete edition.
I don't know.
I haven't looked at it.
But yeah, I mean, what are bad games that you guys would think would be fun to play for like channel content?
Mario is missing.
Mario's missing. That's a
Okay.
very bad one.
Were there any bad games in the care package we got from Thom? Like I know there was a lot of good games, obviously, because there was like the
Yeah.
Final Fantasies, there was a Chrono Cross and whatnot.
Well, to
Yeah.
be fair, some of those games I've never played, so I wouldn't even
Yeah,
tell you if
but
it was
those
bad
are-
or good.
But those I feel like are critically acclaimed good
Yeah,
games. To be
probably.
fair, like I've never heard a bad thing about any sort of Chrono Trigger or Cross.
No, those are amazing
those are
games. I
great
played those.
games, yeah.
And then a Final Fantasy is a Final Fantasy, so there's nothing wrong with those.
I mean, technically, Final Fantasy VIII, you could say is a bad game.
But I don't think Final Fantasy VIII is bad. I just think it's criticized for being different
what it was, yeah.
at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's where the formula changed for Square Enix was between 6 and 7.
Okay.
Because after that they had 7, and it was a great like startup to changing what they already had.
7 was just it just improved on what
Yeah.
Final Fantasy always was, just on a bigger scale.
Yeah, and
8
then 8
got
went back.
criticism because it was just
Yeah.
mechanics were kind of different. The story wasn't everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
You never hear anybody talk about the story of
Yeah.
8.
And then, of
but
course,
if
you
they're
have-
not making fun of it, the Gunblade
Yeah, you
was
have
8.
the overachieving ass muskets on
the
on the
Gunblade.
game.
You know what the Gunblade deserves?
It
Do you
deserves
know?
a remake.
It deserves a clap so that I can sync the audio and video of this intro part,
yeah.
which will be left in. You don't have to do it at the same time.
I know,
Now
we're
it's
in the
gonna be
same
hard.
room. I'm used to everybody having to do it.
Cool. Now I can link it, so it's not an atrocity.
So now you only have like 5 minutes to
Yeah.
fumble
Well, I can
it.
match it up when it's like there. The thing is, I just got to look for us clapping in the video, which
Yeah.
is fine. And then I just got to look for the peak of audio.
Yeah.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The only thing is that it's now introduced into the show behind the curtains.
Which is fine.
Behind the curtains.
There's the first jazz
There's the
fingers.
first jazz hands.
And it's actually being captured this time,
Yes.
luckily. But yeah, we got a new set today. We're at Ant's place for today's
Yes, we are.
recording.
Welcome to my man cave.
Welcome to Ant's Man Cave the day after his birthday. Happy belated birthday
happy belated
today for
birthday.
us from you. If you're listening to this podcast,
Thank
please
you.
drop it in the comments, leave a review, and say happy birthday, Ant.
Thank you.
On iTunes and do
And
that.
Thank you
such thing.
preemptively. Thank you.
And don't forget to also give it to Chris because his birthday was a week ago as well.
It's too late. You
no,
can't
no,
anymore.
you can
You
still
can.
do it.
Technically,
You can
it's
show love to
2
Chris.
weeks ago because
Oh, yeah,
when
it
this
was 2
comes
weeks
out.
ago. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's
So
true.
it don't count.
So it was 2 weeks ago, but still do it. Do it anyways. Do
Either
it.
way, yeah, it's a great time. We have a lovely assortment of Ant's video game collection of the years.
Yeah.
I only know like this portion after the Wii, pretty much, and like the PS1, which is in a weird spot now that I look at it. But whatever.
Yeah.
Man, whoever
It'll
put
work.
that box there is kind of an idiot.
I mean,
Spoiler
that's
alert,
just
because put that box there is kind of an idiot.
It was
That's
me.
just the animosity between Sony and Nintendo. You
Sure,
know?
yeah. I also put Mario up on the Switch because I thought that'd be funny. I stole one of Trevor's
I didn't even
toys.
notice that.
Yeah. And then the Pokemon is leaning against the PlayStation because, you know,
It's Pokemon.
Pokemon coming to PlayStation soon.
Yeah.
Well, this is like the Phil Spencer things that everybody always like has the conspiracy theories around, how he has the stuff behind him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So since we're always giving you guys shit that's coming out, what do we have hidden in the boxes behind us? Pokemon's coming to PlayStation. You heard it here first.
Can you imagine if that were to happen?
That'd
It
be
would
very
never
interesting. It would
happen.
never happen, but I would very much enjoy to see. I feel like it would be like Arceus to like a level of like Detective Pikachu graphics.
Oh, absolutely.
Like they would all be like weirdly furry, and you'd be like, "Why does Bulbasaur
Weirdly-
have hair?"
Yeah, because it would have like super like detailed like graphics and shit.
Oh, yeah. It'd be a good time. I mean, it'll never happen, but it'd be a good time. Maybe a Switch will come out at some point in the future that's like on the same graphical level as a console.
I mean,
like,
seeing as the new Switch is coming out in 4K,
and it's
maybe.
nowhere gonna be.
It's not going to
It's
be
gonna
like
be
that
4K,
big of a
but
jump.
it's not gonna look
Yeah.
like it's 4K. Like it's just
Which
gonna
is
be
sad.
crisp looking textures that are painted by a child.
The textures that they have, they'll just they display in 4K.
Yeah.
It's not 4K probably like
Visuals,
naturally.
yeah.
Like
You can't see the leaves on the trees. It's just a splotch of paint.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And that's what it's gonna be till the day we die, to be fair.
Tom Nook is just
Till the
gonna
day
look
we
like one of
die.
those realistic like SpongeBob.
Tom Nook is just gonna be a furry. It's just gonna
Drawings.
be a guy with like a costume on. He's gonna take the head off once. It's like
Everybody's
Five
gonna
Nights at
freak
Freddy's.
out.
You know,
Kids-
you
kids are
remember,
gonna cry.
You remember the what is it? The Powerpuff Girls, the dudes. It's just Tom Nook with that head, with the Tanuki
Oh,
head
yeah,
on,
yeah,
on
yeah,
a
yeah.
random dude with his legs sticking
I
out.
really hate it because I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about, and then it just snapped for me, and I was like, oh.
it's gonna,
You know what
it's
the
gonna be
worst-
like Death Stranding, just with people's
Well, the
heads
thing
on.
is, the worst part is like a Tanuki is a bear that resides in Japan, and it's known because it has massive nuts, like actual
Oh.
massive balls.
I'm learning
So
right
if
now.
you notice, Tom Nook is the only character there that wears bottoms, and he has an apron on because it's covering its giant.
Is that
nuts.
really the canon? That's
the
really why?
canon reason why they put an apron on Tom
You're
Nook.
ruining Animal Crossing for so many kids.
Isn't the suit that Mario wears called the Tanuki suit?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So is he technically wearing the skin of a female Tanuki then, because it doesn't have massive nuts?
Possibly.
We're down the rabbit hole here.
So it's
This is
technically
getting nuts.
Mario cross-dressing.
Oh. Yeah. Right?
If you think about it, at the end of the day,
Oh
probably
man,
not. Because
Bowsette was being
fuck with the Bowsette.
Bowsette is not real.
was being foreshadowed.
They wanted Bowsette so bad.
Bowsette
I can't
is
believe
just a
that
horny
came out
thing.
literally in the hours. That shit became fucky on the internet.
That's just gonna
Rule
be
34, man.
Yeah.
If there is a thing, there is content of it in porn.
Yeah, that is true.
Bowsette's gonna be the
If
next
it
Smash
exists,
reveal.
there's
in
porn of
Smash
it.
Brothers.
No, it's gonna be Waluigi
Waluigi
cosplaying as
cosplay.
Wario. But yeah, man, it's a good time. Oh my god, fucking sorry, thing happened. Unrelated.
Well-
But yeah, this is a fun time so far. Have you done anything fun for your birthday?
Yeah.
What happened on your birthday? What'd you do? Did you like play games? Did you just like chilling out, relaxing, all cool? I said malaxing as if that's a word.
Malaxing.
Well, relaxing, that's what I do best. But as far as relaxing, I didn't really do a lot. I got up because I took that day off work. No one should work on their birthday.
Nice.
PSA. I got up. I watched Mortal Kombat, and it was a good time.
We'll get into that too, probably. Even though Nico has not seen it, we will not spoil it.
No spoilers.
I will watch it tonight.
Yeah.
I will watch it tonight.
We won't spoil it, but we will allude to things. And if you consider that to be a spoiler, then there's something wrong with you.
We will do a disclaimer when we do talk about it, though.
No, we won't, because I refuse to spoil it, and I believe in myself. I won't even give you the spoiler. There will be no spoiler warning and no spoiler. Because we're confident motherfuckers.
Double dose. Double dose of no spoilers.
And since I haven't watched it, I can't spoil shit.
Yeah, Nico hasn't seen it, so we can't spoil it.
I'm the only one that spoils shit. So.
Also, Nico. He can't spoil it for Nico.
Yeah.
Watched Mortal Kombat. Watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I still have to.
Went and had some dinner with the fam.
Nice.
Good.
That was my whole night.
I saw a video of you and Aaron.
Oh yeah, acting like we were having a conversation.
Yeah, it was a good video.
Adrian was like, "All right, talk to each other." We were already talking, but when you tell someone now talk, it's just like
it's
weird.
We were just like, hey,
look natural.
But it was a good time, man. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I finally got those PlayStation headphones.
Yes,
I'm excited about that. Chris can't make fun of me for my little earbud headphones that I wear to stream with.
They're not bad. It's just funny because like if you like jostle them at all, you hear it
everything.
all.
I know.
It sounds like you fell down a well and like you're still going and like bouncing off all the walls. And I'm just like, sir. And I'm just like when we stream Titanfall, it's funny because like you'll mess with your mic just like fix
Adjust
it in
it,
your ear because it's an earbud. Obviously, you have to. And I'm just like getting ear raped, and I'm like, oh my god. And my volume is not even that loud too, which is the crazy part.
And sometimes I'm not doing anything. Like I might take it out for a second, and I'll forget because I'm used to everything being Bluetooth now, so you can just talk and everybody hears you. So I'll do like this, and I'm still talking like, yeah, man, what do we do? I'm like, oh shit, and then they'll hear me trying to put it back in. And by what you're hearing, it sounds like I'm just like rolling around the couch.
Yeah,
you sound like you're rolling in like a pool of Lay's potato chip bags.
Yeah. What was the one thing
that one time? That's what I was doing.
That one time you did it, and like Chris was like, "Who's beating the shit out of the mic?" It's like,
I remember that because I wasn't doing.
Like you went to fucking WrestleMania with your microphone.
Yeah.
I think all I did was take it out of my ear for a second, and I was holding it here, and I went to grab something. So with all that, my body moving and everything, it was just rubbing against my pants and everything. I was like, oh shit,
dude, it was a time. But yeah, now you got the PS5 headset. They're all right. I would say that's my review of them. Yeah. Like they're also like $100, I think. That's it. So they're not the best headphones that you could be using, obviously. That being said, for $100, not bad. The quality is definitely up there when it comes to like microphone and your audio experience. And like all the buttons and shit you got on there. It's pretty nice. Like you can adjust like the level of like party to game on the actual headphones, which is cool.
That's good.
Oh, they got that. That's cool.
Instead of actually going into the audio settings, like you can do that manually in the audio setting, but like being able to just be like bop bop bop. Like,
I was trying to mess. The one time we were recording, I forgot when we were recording, but I was trying to like mess around and put my Razer headset to the PlayStation because the Razer headset has all of those things as well, and that's the one thing that I liked, and the reason why I bought them was because of that. Yeah. Because unfortunately, the PlayStation Golds don't have that, so it's either mute, on, or off, and like good luck.
See, that's the thing. It's like I'm more of a fan of wired headsets when it comes to like PlayStation and whatnot. Like for my whole entire PlayStation 4 stint, I only had like the HyperX ones that I showed in the most recent YouTube video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. We unboxed the dark plates, and we'll talk about that.
It's a good
in
time.
This episode.
Which I'm so excited to fuck around with those.
Dude,
I'm buying a set.
You need to
buy a set.
The next ship in I think like May.
Okay.
Which is not that far away, but like it feels like forever.
Yeah.
I also bought something else from them, which I'll also discuss. Oh. But I mean, those headphones, like having your headphones just wired in is so much easier to me because like the Bluetooth aspect is kind of a bitch when it comes to like headphones. You got to make sure it's charged. You got to make sure like you got like the USB dongle in there, and like I'm pretty sure there is a USB on the back of the PlayStation, but like I don't feel like having that constantly in there because like I like to be able to switch what headphones I'm using. Like I can turn it off and on obviously, but I'd rather just be able to be like unplug. There's no way that you're fucking connecting my PlayStation by accident at any point, so that's cool. But you can also use it on your PC, which is nice too. You just drop that little dongle in there. So if I have it to the side, I can be like, oh, I'm not using it here. I can use it there. I'm walking around my room and clean up while watching Pokemon because I'm a tier 3 sub, but I'm not. But yeah.
Secrets out.
Yeah, right.
I wish if I had the money for a fucking tier 3 sub. Jeez.
Isn't it like upwards of the 200s or something like that?
No, tier 3 is $20, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's tier 1 is $5, which is your base level. Subscribe. You get nothing different. It's just pretty much the same shit.
Just supporting the show.
Yeah, and I think it's like 10 and then 20, so it like doubles each time. But yeah, I'm not fucking tier 3, so I'm not simping ain't pimping, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah,
Wise words. Because it ain't.
Swoozy.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
Nah, the for headphones experience, I've liked the Razors for the PC, but the PlayStation Golds are okay. And like half the time, I'd rather like if we weren't recording and stuff like that, and I didn't want feedback, I would much rather just not wear any. Because like the speaker on the actual remote, it's good enough for me to like hear you guys at the party and still enjoy the game. But I was like, the mic is so sensitive. You pick up the game through the mic.
Yeah. We can
And
also
that's a
hear
problem.
ourselves
Yeah.
too, which is like weird.
So that's the only
That's
that's the
another
only
thing you
gripe I
got
have
on
about the
headset
remote.
for the PS5. You have self-monitoring.
Yeah.
So you can like hear your own levels and shit. Which
Oh,
is
that's
nice.
cool.
All right. I like that.
You can turn it off and on though. I have it off personally just because I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear myself. I already listen to this podcast back every single week. I don't want to hear myself anymore. You know? But
Oh, let me tell you, listeners and viewers, by the time you get the podcast, I don't want to hear that episode one more time. I'm done hearing that episode. I've heard us, and then I've mixed it, then I have to edit it, and then I have to by the time you guys hear it, I've heard enough of that. I'm very versed in what we said.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always have to listen to it on like the car drive to record the next podcast to like remember what we said.
Yeah.
I didn't this time.
I didn't this time.
So we're 100% gonna like repeat shit.
I watched it just because I wanted to see like what it was for like setup sake.
Yeah.
Because I knew I wanted to do something like this at our place, so that way we have that double setup where we can record anywhere. I don't have every tool yet because I also would like to have like the stuff that Ant needs and stuff like that over there. Because if anything were to happen, then we have a secondary spot we can record.
And this is another look behind the curtain too, because I think I told you guys before, my goal in the future is to just buy another interface. I'd love to just have it completely other one and just leave it there.
Leave it there, yeah.
And so that way I don't have to bring as much stuff with me when we come to do it at your
That's why
place.
I'm looking to get like mics, like actual like
Or me at microphones
mics
too.
and stuff like that.
I
So
need
was
to get a
like,
mic, man. I want to get one of these type of mics where it's the XLR, but I need to find like a good interface.
I can show you something to get like that. There's a lot of good, like you only need like a one input?
Yeah, one input.
yeah.
I'm also like, what's the one where it's like you can do like voice settings and shit on the interface? It's like Go XLR or something like that.
I mean, they have a couple brands.
there's
that do
some of
that.
them that I watched too.
I
that
kind of
seen.
want like a voice changer one as like a meme, so that I can also like if I'm playing by myself or something and I go in random games, I can like do a voice changer and be funny.
You can
Okay.
there is one that's a interface you put on your computer. So
I'm not touching the inside of my
No,
computer.
no. It's not like a physically in your computer. It's an emulator you can have running in the background, and you can control it with your Stream Deck, which I noticed that your
Okay.
brother had gotten you one from the
Yes.
stream.
Those are fun, dude.
So yeah, they are.
Like it was funny because like the one that I got. First of all, I wanted to take a moment to say Stream Decks are way too expensive for what they are.
Yeah.
Like it's literally just a scene switcher. Like you can get a cheap ass one. I was watching Aaron from the Game Grumps. He has a Shuffle Master channel, and ironically, someone asked him in the chat last night when I was watching him before I watched Mortal Kombat, and he showed it off, and it was like a shit ton of buttons. It almost looks like your audio interface here, but just like light up buttons and whatnot without the sliders. And he's like changing his scenes and shit.
Oh, that's
like,
a
super
controller.
easy.
You can get one of those too.
Yeah.
I actually bought one of those by accident. That's the one I was like, I had to return it and get this
yeah,
one.
that's right.
Yeah.
Because it didn't have XLR outputs. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, the crazy part is he was also using a Stream Deck as well on top of that. But the one that he was using was like the all of the buttons one, which is like I think like $300. And he's not even using all of the button spots. Like he's got like pages set up because like you can make folders and shit,
Folders
which is
within
dope.
them, yeah.
And like you just be like, oh, I want this folder, cool. And like he does this thing where like he'll switch to like his face cam, and then he'll switch to like a cutout of Ash and Pikachu, and he'll like go back and forth where the mouth is his mouth, and he'll just like voice them as like a joke.
That's
and
funny.
it's really fucking good. And like he's just like switching back and forth, but there's like so many empty buttons that aren't even being used. I have the 6-button one. It's like $100 almost. I think it's like 73 and some change with tax. But like I was like, bro, how are you gonna charge like almost $100 just for 6 buttons in the first place? That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
But it is extremely versatile, and it was very fun to use that first stream.
I figured out that on the keyboard that I had, it actually had a deck setup. Like, so it has a column of buttons. They're called the G keys. And all those G keys, you're pretty much like...
G keys?
Yeah.
I found a
So
clue.
I was more thinking G-spot.
Yeah, G-spot. That's what I was thinking as well.
The G keys.
The
You know, you hit that
G keys,
shit and your keyboard be like...
And I'm just over here thinking of Jinkies from Velma.
So you can literally download the Elgato
The Stream Deck, yeah.
and then you can just keybind those G keys to that.
That's
and
also
then you can
a
just
thing.
click
You
through
can
it.
just download that without even having a Stream
don't
Deck
even
and
need
just
to have
click it around. But like that, I feel like it defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun time to say the least. Definitely go watch that new YouTube video. We'll promote
That
it
was
again
fun.
after we roll the intro.
Yeah.
Because obviously, #ad.
Yeah.
Hashtag AD.
Yeah. So what else? You guys want to roll the intro?
Well, you know
roll
we
it.
just completely jumped out of that conversation about what are some bad games.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then we
did.
said one game.
We said one game.
Kind of talked
we
about
went through it.
Final Fantasy VIII and then did not go back
Yeah.
to that.
This is called Tangents, the
Yeah.
podcast.
Tangents, the Tangent Cast.
At least it was the initial tangent and not the one during the show.
True.
So let's roll it.
Yeah.
Roll that beautiful
right.
intro. Intro. Doing it.
Welcome back. Level up, gamers. Level the fuck up, gamers.
Yeah.
Level up, gamers. Welcome back to the 29th episode of the Save Before Quitting podcast. As you can tell, my brain is not on full 100% yet because
be
I'm
fair, I
only
didn't
a
know.
fourth of the Red Bull. But anyway, welcome back. As always, we start off with our little socials #ad. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok, all with the same exact tag of save the letter B, the number 4 quitting, because we had to be difficult. And yeah.
No,
and
it's because socials was difficult.
Socials, yeah.
Yes, exactly that. You can also shoot us an email, which we have 4 to get through this week because last week we were a little bit under the wire for time. Yes. With the whole Resi video, which we will also discuss in the Death of Jedi Fallen Order, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Send our email to savebeforequitting, fully spelled out. Do it correctly. Spell check yourself, then get rid of the spaces in between at gmail.com. Questions, comments, suggestions, and then tell us what you think a bad game is that we should play because we didn't even get to that part.
Yep.
Nope.
But yeah,
We said one.
I don't even
and a
think we
half.
said one.
We said one.
Was it Mario's
said
missing?
Mario's
that Mario
missing,
one.
and then
Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VIII.
yeah.
So let us know. We'll do a series called Bad Games or something. I don't know. That's a really shitty title.
we'll
fine.
figure something out.
Yeah. We already got Bitch Made going on our YouTube channel, which you can also check out, which we're finally doing video versions of the podcast.
Yes.
It led
Everything
up to
is
this.
working right now.
Let's keep knocking on this wood, though.
Knock on that wood.
If you're at home, knock on some wood.
Yeah.
Tip your bartenders,
like a
DJs,
Yeah. Right.
ladies, free before 11.
Switch
This
it
song
up
is for
here.
everyone who likes pizza.
Is this the Chuck E. Cheese Club?
No, it's fucking pop punk, dude. You never seen those
really?
shit?
What is this?
Like the pop punk concerts, you're always like, "This is for all you boys out there who are sad because your parents are mean to you," and shit
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Like,
Oh,
that's
I get it
also
now.
like
Yeah.
pizza, like yeah. Anyway, cowabunga dudes. You can check out our new YouTube videos that we got right now. Jedi Fallen Order is pretty much dead.
Yes.
We're just gonna chalk it up to it's dead.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
while it's a great game and we can all agree on that, Ant don't give a fuck.
I give a fuck.
You don't know, like you don't really care about Star Wars.
But I thought that was the point.
That was the point.
It is
yeah.
the point, but also, like you don't really like. It's one of those things where it's like, I hate Resident Evil. I hate it, so that's why it's funny that I watch it. That I
Yeah.
have to play it. You don't care about Star Wars. You're just like whatever. You know what I mean? Like
the
like-
game is good.
yeah, but the game is good. But I don't know. I feel like we if we wanted to play it, we would have played it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I just think like while I like that game, and maybe I'm not the biggest Star Wars guy, but at the same time, I do enjoy that game. I just think
we all love it.
I just think our momentum for it stopped becoming as entertaining as we'd like it to be.
Yeah.
It's not a knock towards like what it is or what it's behind it.
It's not an entertaining game to watch people play, I feel, if that makes sense.
Because
while you jump off the map a lot and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny.
I'm making it fun. Funny.
You're making it fun, but it's also one of those games where we're just like, okay, there's a lot of like slow points.
Yeah.
Fight
There's not a lot of
over and over.
moment to moment excitement.
Yeah. We'll get a game though, and we'll find a game that is that though.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll get you to take the helm. What game could we get you? Look at like a Sonic or something?
We have a lot of games.
I don't
You've
know.
never played Chrono Cross.
Right.
I played Chrono Cross.
You
Yeah.
said that you didn't play Chrono
No,
Cross.
he's playing it.
The fuck?
You never played it.
You've never
No,
played
in the
it.
intro, you definitely said I'd never played Chrono Cross.
No, you said
no.
you brought up Chrono Cross. I'm like, yeah, Chrono Cross is a good one.
Yeah.
I promise you, I didn't.
Roll it
Yeah.
back.
Go ahead, roll
Yeah.
it back. I
Yeah,
never
roll it
said
back.
that.
Aware that you said it.
I never said I never played.
Nah.
Did we bring up another game? Because I never
It was
played.
We
Final
mentioned
Fantasy
Chrono
and
Cross, Chrono
Cross,
Trigger.
'cause I remember we had those two in the thing from Thom.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no,
Chrono Cross
no,
is good,
He said
right?
he
And you're
said
like, I don't
he
know.
said that he hadn't played most of the games that were in that box.
I said, yeah, there were games in there that I've never played.
he's never
then
played,
you said,
yeah.
yeah, Chrono Cross, and I'm like, yeah, Chrono Cross is good.
I'm wrong. Anyway, but we'll find a game.
No, I remember where it was that you said that. So
We'll just get you.
glad.
We'll just play all the demo discs. I feel like that'd be a fun series. Just like
demo day.
demo
yeah.
day, and but then that kind of goes against our demos, which I am slacking on yet again.
You know what? I have an
Why
idea.
not?
This was an idea I've been kind of like brainstorming in my head. I haven't even brought it to you guys yet,
Right.
and I'll do it right here live.
Let's
sort
do it.
of.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Fuck it, we're doing live. I had an idea of playing because I'm always talking about the classic games that are on like Super Nintendo and all that.
Yeah.
I was like, what if I did like an OG segment where I'm playing the games that I came up playing, like I'm playing
Okay.
like Mega Man X or something like
Yeah,
that.
why not?
And I had a title brewing of like OGs with the OG.
Yeah,
So
I like
yeah,
that.
that's
it. That's the
fuck
new.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
It's done.
It's done. The OG with
Nobody
the OG.
said that they wanted it. Nobody contacted and said they wanted it. So guess what? That means it's dead. OGs with the OG coming soon.
There you go.
Yeah, I figure I'm pitch it right here.
Hell yeah.
If y'all don't like it, if y'all want to hit me, but like that's fucking stupid, I will not do it.
And then we
Yeah.
can do a shoot off of that series where it's indies with the OG.
Yeah, indies with the OG.
Oh,
yeah.
now the with the OG thing has to be a thing now.
Yeah,
Well,
so
yeah.
we got the OG over here. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like, my name's Ant, aka. We didn't
OG.
introduce ourselves for the third week in a row.
You
Yeah,
know us
this
by
is-
now.
You should know us, but yeah.
No, but like
If
now,
this is your first episode and you didn't know, my name is Chris and I am joined by
Ant.
aka the OG.
now.
and Nico,
All right, we got to get you a nickname because I'm the
That's okay.
tech guy. Are you Ralph?
I guess.
Oh shit, Ralph the tech guy
AKA
in OG.
Ralph. No. We got
No,
some.
we'll figure something out.
AKA Dragoon.
Ooh,
I'll
that's a
take
good
that.
one. That's
Yo,
a good
I'll
one.
take
Yeah.
that. Hey, I'll take you.
Why isn't
every
that
day.
your gamer tag now that I
Ralph
think
the
about it?
Dragoon.
The reason why it's not is because Sony sucks.
All right.
And
No
and
IGN,
when
no Sony. I mean, yeah, no.
I'm gonna flame IGN
well, the
today,
reason-
first of all.
alright, so
Don't
the-
even get there. IGN is dead to me
Yeah,
after,
screw
after
IGN.
yesterday.
But the thing was, it was like when PSN was the thing. I encountered PSN through PSP.
Okay.
So I created my account, but I was quote unquote underage to be able to create the account for the whole. Oh, you must be 18. Blah, blah,
You're
blah.
one of those people that didn't lie about your age.
No, I
truthful
didn't
boy.
want to, but I did, and that was the thing. But when I first got the PSP, I was 15 years old, so I was like, you know what, screw it. So I lied about my age. But when I went to go put in the name, my actual name was gonna be XOXO Dragoon, because that's what my D&D characters were usually named.
All right.
So my D&D character was actually Ching Chi Dragoon, because it was an Asian inspired campaign, and I love that game. So when I went to put that in, somebody already had it. So I found 26 different variations of the name,
And none of them were.
and none of them worked. And then to a point that I found out that apparently the word Dragoon was actually banned from PSN for whatever reason. And that's
Really?
why it wasn't working. Yeah, I didn't know and didn't understand that why.
Maybe it's like some sort of slur that we don't know about.
Maybe.
We need to stop saying it.
Maybe, but at the same time, I was like, so
we're
I couldn't.
offending a whole
so,
nation of
yeah.
dragoons.
So I guess I didn't.
Maybe that's why it's never come back.
I guess. So I never really got around to
Alright.
actually using that, which I really wanted to, and I was thinking of doing it, but then I got together with a friend of mine. My best friend was the one that sold me the PSP, and then it's always been a joke that I look Polynesian and that I'm Hawaiian. So one of the dudes that ended up coming from the city, it was a graffiti artist that we used to hang out with in Brooklyn. And he usually called me Flying, because most of the times we were literally the Flying Bandits. So we would go around and like tag things with stickers and stuff, but we would be like booking it from the cops most of the time.
Via hang gliders.
No, I wish.
Not in New York.
Not in New York. But so when he came upstate New York to actually get out of the streets, and his mom was like moved over to like get him out of trouble, I was already living in upstate, and we caught up again in high school.
Gotcha.
And then that's when the Flying Hawaiian came from. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep that.
All right.
And then the worst part is I misspelled Hawaiian because I couldn't fit the characters in it. So now that's what it is.
I feel like that's on brand, though, for like not being Hawaiian, but being called Hawaiian. You have to spell it wrong.
Misspell it.
Yeah.
So that's why my gamer tag is not Flying Hawaiian.
All right.
So.
AKA Flying. Well, that works too.
Yeah. You're about to be Hawaiian.
We'll just list off the AKAs. They do that in the,
You're just
major
Ralph the Hawaiian Dragoon.
But
hate it.
Yeah, I do too. Let's not go.
But yeah, man. We got a couple new YouTube videos up this week. We just played the first of the Resident Evil demos. We did the Village portion. Obviously, with the 30-minute time limit, it cut us off at a weird cinematic part. Go check it out, though. It's a very fun time of me not liking my life, because I don't want to play those games, but...
It's a great time.
In further news, I've pretty much been instructed that we might be playing Resident Evil 7 soon.
Yes.
Which is, in the Resident Evil sense, not really the same as Resident Evil 8 or even 4, which I'm very interested in playing after watching Haptic Intel just beat it last night on stream.
Yeah.
It's just Jump Scare City. So I'm not going to have a good time at all.
Hey, I said I'll play some of that.
Yeah.
Like, that could be some of my gameplay,
We
too.
can
I would take
rotate
over,
the controller, I think. 'Cause
Yeah.
either way, if I'm in the room, I'm still not going to like it.
Because
no
I
matter what.
never finished 7.
And I've only
do want to play
I've only
7.
played like bits and pieces. I never got to like really fully experience it.
So while it will be a part of the Bitch Made series, it will be
We're all bitch made.
We're all playing, yeah.
We're all bitch made in this series.
Yep.
So that will be coming soon. And then there's also a stream highlight of the review of the D brand Dark Plates. I did a little stream earlier in the week where I just unboxed them because I just wanted to unbox them for fun.
Yep.
But then I was like, no, I'll fucking record it for content. It's fun. Hop on stream, have a couple shots, chill with like the people, the NGPs.
NGP.
We had a very great showing of people there. It was a good time. Some great funny chat moments. You were there roasting me for saying Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
Because I'm like, what? When did that happen?
I literally was watching you and you said Nicolas Cage and I was like, the who?
In my head,
was like-
Nicolas Cage is on the same level of like meme status as Hugh Jackman.
As Hugh
If that
Jackman,
makes sense.
yeah.
Because like Hugh Jackman is very memeable, I feel, and then so is Nicolas Cage in the same sense. Like they're like almost the same to me, and like meme. Like obviously one looks extremely different than the other and had claws for hands and was swole, while the other just stole.
Yeah, I think Nicolas Cage is way more memeable to me than Hugh Jackman because
the bees.
The bees.
Well, of course,
Not
and
the bees.
but I think
It's me during Final Fantasy.
true,
Which will come up soon.
I think Hugh Jackman has way more of a cool factor than
100%.
than Nicolas Cage.
Until Nicolas Cage voiced Spider-Man Noir in Spider-Verse, and then
True.
he immediately
That gave
was
him a
cooler.
bump.
That gave him a bump.
He was immediately cooler. No, he overtook the boy, because the
was
only
good.
thing that Hugh Jackman's done since then is Greatest Showman, which was weird because it was like glorifying the circus of Barnum and Bailey, which was like very bad at the time when it came out. All the shit was coming out about them, so it was like, oh, this is a really weird choice to do a musical
Yeah, I
about
get
how
it.
great the circuit is
They
when
didn't
they're
think
like
that far
beating animals and shit.
Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, that's on our YouTube. It's pretty fun. I tried a new editing style out. Nico recognized
That was fun,
which person I was trying to emulate.
Which it did very well.
Michael Reeves. Remember the Michael Reeves guy?
Yeah.
You could kind of tell from like the jump cuts and like the fucking...
But I think I've seen so many people take on that style that I don't even attribute it to anyone anymore.
Yeah. The only reason why I attribute it to him is because like some of the direct cuts you made,
like the close-ups,
like the close-ups and stuff like that, were like very him. Because uncompared, like some people do that. Not a lot of people focus on those cuts.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun time just to do that. Too,
yeah, because like recently you did the little like swirl thing on your face when we were talking about it off mic, and I remember it because just last night I was watching the recent video of Jack, OTV, and Markiplier. And for whatever weird reason, all three videos had like a cut where they had a frozen face close up, and then they had like a morph like thing to their face. And I was like, huh, that's funny that's coming up now. So I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's a good time.
So that was pretty good.
Yeah. I like the more faiths thing. Like that, I was telling you off mic as well. It's more of like based off of the Couch Op channel. And I know I loved that channel when it was still a thing. And I very much relate that to, I'm pretty sure it was Brett who brought me onto them. And like you can tell that they do that in like their thumbnails very much. So like they like morph their faces for that and whatnot. And like I don't think I've done it too much for our thumbnails. Like I did it maybe once, I think, when I just said make a goofy face and I made like one of ours like extra goofy. But like it's one of those things where it's like it just adds something to it where you're just like I didn't expect that and it's extremely fucking funny. So I like to emulate that. But yeah, those videos are really fun. Go check them out.
Yeah. Good times.
This coming week, there should be, I know of one video that's coming out, which will be the Resident Evil 2nd demo, which is in the castle. I'm also not sure if it's the same demo that we've already played. Because like, they didn't say.
You get to re-choose where you want to go.
No, that's next week. No. This is the castle one specifically.
Oh, so I guess it is just an extra 30
minutes.
I
didn't assume. I assumed it was brand new.
That's what I'm assuming.
The way they presented it comes off brand new. Yeah.
It could be not though, and like I'm kind of
scared. Well, you know what?
If not, then it means that we might be able to get farther than we were in the last video. So you guys would technically get a playthrough again.
No.
We'll go farther.
I think it's different, only because this one is presented to you as the castle, and that one presented to you as the maiden. What was it called?
Maiden
was the first one. Then you had Village.
That's
and
why
then
I
it was
think
Castle
is different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
you
think
probably
it's
actually have the gun too. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, there was no
Maiden. You had nothing.
Yeah. Well, you could have in the first one we got to choose, right? Whether we did the Village or the Castle. No.
The Village was only Village.
It was just the Village.
That's what comes out the week before the game comes out. There's an hour time period that
we get to choose
where
which
you get
one.
to choose between the two. And I'm assuming what it's going to be, because I'm pretty sure when we played, we were extremely close to the ending.
I think so, yeah.
We just needed to get out of that place, get the screwdriver, get the little thing out, and then put it in the castle gate.
Yeah.
And then that would have been like, okay, well, now here comes the castle part.
Time. Yeah, I also saw some playthroughs from people who did the same thing, and there was like scenes where like people were running around with a gun and they were running from Lady like Dimitrescu or whatever
in the city
in the castle.
Oh,
so they had just gone in, and
that was
like
a clip that was shown like on like I think one of their Twitter.
Oh, so it was just like a
that was just a throwaway, like showing like how she kind of like stalks you, like what's his name?
Kind of like Mr. X or whatever it's called.
Mr. X, yes. I don't know who that is, but I remember seeing the tweet.
He's from 2? No, 4.
He was in 2.
I think he was in 2 and 1. I think no.
I know he's not.
I'm not a Resident Evil professional.
He's not in 4.
I'm not a Resident Evil professional, but I know he was. Only reason I know he was in 2 is because in the remake he follows you in 2.
Yeah, he follows you around. Yeah.
It reminded me of the Nemesis character more.
But he's same idea.
Similar thing.
Same
like
idea.
Nemesis came after him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But that video was cool.
And if we're wrong, let us know we're wrong.
Yeah,
Email us.
please. Like
one
always.
thing that I noticed, I don't know if you guys saw this in the video, in that clip when she's like following you, you have your gun in the like I can't shoot position.
Yeah.
So that means you can't shoot her. I think we said this last
So she
week.
is like Nemesis.
So she is like Nemesis then.
I'm assuming it's gonna be one of those things where it's like you shoot her at some point and like like you see that the bullets don't do anything, so then like the game locks you into not
you
using
can't
your
shoot
bullets,
yeah
which is weird to me because I feel like there should be a mechanic where it's like you can stun her at least.
Well, for
by
Mr. X you could
spot.
have Mr. X, if you shot him enough times in the head, he would slow down and stop for a few seconds, and then you can run away. But
I think that would be cool if they'd have that. And to be fair, They could have that. We don't know. But
Right.
from that clip specifically, I was like, that's interesting that I can't shoot her in her face because I want to.
And it would be crazy if that was just like a cinematic piece where you're playing the scene.
I would dig it.
And that would
yeah.
be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
that'll be coming this week. What's the second video that we're doing this week? Do we know yet?
Yeah, it's from. I kind of wanted to have you guys for a little bit, either today or whatever. Do a little from Happy Birthday to Mario Party.
Oh, we're doing Mario Party.
Yeah, I brought it
did
with
not
me.
know.
So we
Doing
can do
Mario
that.
Party.
I didn't know that. So there's a Mario Party video coming. That's our third series of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll probably be a two-parter then because it only takes about an hour and 30 minutes each is the best that we can do for those videos. So I guess we'll play that afterwards. The podcast.
That and then when are we starting 7?
7 we can.
Because a part of me, I thought, since it was on PS Plus or whatever, I thought we were going to have
I
it.
do have it already downloaded. I just wasn't sure
We
if you
could
guys
start
were.
that next week.
Yeah.
Like start the
Alright.
recordings next week, and then I'll edit that up to be at least the first
Yeah.
video for next week. Because so behind the curtain, there's your behind the curtain.
Yeah, there it goes.
Of
Yeah.
what's coming in the future. We're getting more bitch made out with Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8's demo. Listen, words are hard. But yeah, 2 bitch maids coming out in the next 2 weeks. We'll promote the fuck out of them. And then Mario Party 2-parter coming out in
Yeah.
those same weeks. So we got the next 2 weeks mapped out pretty well.
There you go.
And this video version of the podcast. While we do appreciate you guys listening on Spotify and all that stuff, watching on YouTube does help as well. I don't know if it
Yes.
necessarily boosts the experience, but I mean,
I hope it does.
I like watching podcasts visually personally. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the Tiny Meat Gang.
I've heard of
Like
them.
it's
I've
like
never
heard
Cody
of them,
Ko,
yeah.
and I don't know the other guy's name, but like it's literally just those two like talking in the same room. Sometimes like they'll sit on a couch together and talk, but they're extremely fucking funny and they're good on TikTok. But yeah, it's a good time. If you don't want to listen to us on YouTube, then at least go drop it a like on the video. Because here's the thing. You can't review us on Spotify or like the other podcasting services besides Apple. You can't,
SoundCloud you
you
can.
can like, right?
SoundCloud.
Or
You can like
comment.
and comment
And
on
comment,
SoundCloud.
Okay. So if you can't do that on Spotify and you listen on Spotify, just come over to the YouTube. Just at least drop a like. You don't have to comment if you don't want to. Or just drop a comment and say, listen on Spotify. Just say that.
Yeah.
Let us know that you're listening there so that we know that we're just, we're getting the people together.
Right.
Yeah.
We
And
gotta
if-
know the NGPs are there.
And even if you're just YouTube averse for some reason,
Yep.
then go, and if you have an Apple product, go comment and give us 5 stars on Apple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or just go to SoundCloud. You can just sign in just for that. Go to SoundCloud, find us, and comment and like it on there. Either way, we'll know.
Everything
Yeah.
helps.
Yes. Every little bit helps.
The more people we get listening / watching / interacting, the more stuff we can do in the future, which is the end goal. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not really an end, to be fair. I don't see an end anywhere
no.
in
Nah,
sight.
I don't see that in sight.
It's just
too
not
much
at
to
all.
do.
place that we want to get to, that if y'all want to see some dope ass shit that's like already more than what you think is good, help us out get there. And we'll remember the fuck out of you for being there at the start. 'Cause
And
the
as you
OG
can see-
NGPs, we know you. We know you by name.
As you can see, we're already trying to evolve the show as
Yeah.
much as we can. We're trying to we took feedback. People said they liked that video aspect that we did, so now we're trying the video thing
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So
We're pulling it together.
yeah, I guess now that we're 48 minutes in, this is gonna be a long episode, huh?
When we were sitting there, like, what do we got to talk about? I'm like, this sounds like it's going to be a long episode.
Yeah.
Because we do. We have a lot of catch up things to
Yeah.
do and appreciate, and we just want to
So,
put that forward. So
I guess we'll do a quick section of what did we play this week.
Somebody go first while I remember what I actually played.
I played Apex.
Shocker there.
That's all I pretty much play. I'm trying to get to platinum before the end of the competitive season. They did just drop the new trailer of the new hero that is the daughter of a Apex Predator that you kill in Titanfall 2.
Oh, that's
as
cool.
the player. So like you, the player in Titanfall 2, kill one of the Apex Predators, in their
right.
Titan. She's the daughter of that person. So you technically have killed that person's parent.
Oh, wow.
And then in this game now we get to play as her, and I don't know if we know 100% what her abilities are, but it looks like she might have some sort of variation of like a mech on her body that looks dope as shit. She's like flying around and whatnot. And yeah, I'm very excited for that new season. It's going to be a fun time, new hero. Everyone's going to be hype about that. Maybe I'll get a new main, hopefully, because I only play Octane now. But I think that's the most that I've played today. Other than that, it's been, a big life week of stuff going on.
It has been a big life week.
Yeah, it has been.
Getting called out on TikTok for shit,
I was shocked.
Yeah.
It wasn't a call out. It was just like, what?
To give some context for that, and this will be quick. A previous person that I was in a relationship with thought it'd be fun.
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Oh,
okay, never mind.
yeah.
I thought we were talking about the. Oh, you said TikTok. I'm thinking
TikTok.
Twitch.
My bad, sorry.
I'm still thinking about Nicolas Cage.
Fuck your anyway. But,
Never mind. It had nothing to do with this.
They thought it'd be a fun idea to make a joke of a video about how I ended the relationship with them, which is funny because it was because I was bad mental health wise, pretty much the gist of it. And I was like, hey, need to be by myself. She made a joke out of it, making fun of that.
Not cool.
Not cool. And it was also on my birthday, which was funny.
There's no coincidence that big.
Yeah, there was no coincidence. And more context, it's been like 3 fucking years. So haven't really talked to her. Nothing's going on, whatever. It's been a time. Do I give a fuck? No. This is just a little nugget in the history of this podcast. Because I know that person still followed me on socials before I blocked the fuck out of her. Because I didn't even respond to it while my brother went ham on it, which was fun.
Yeah.
Because then their sibling tried to go ham, but then just sounded like a fucking ham. Anyway, at the end of the day.
Jokes.
Ham. Don't give a fuck about you anymore as of this point. Lost respect for you. Lost respect for your family. I hope you have a good life. Because I definitely am. As you can tell by the great friends that I am surrounded by. And I've definitely gotten out of that bad mental health space. While I'm not 100% yet, I'm definitely better without you. Life. Moving on.
That's the way to do it.
So Chris played Apex and then
I played Apex.
played you.
And then
Yeah. And then I just got a Victory Royale. Number 1. The
nice.
song, the meme, like the
Yeah.
kid. Number 1, Victory Royale.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Bitch.
Trenton found that.
Oh,
It's a good song.
did
It's
he?
a good song. It's actually a good song, factually. Like, even though it's a meme, it's factually good.
Yeah.
He found it. I'm like, where'd you hear that?
Yeah. TikTok.
Me, I didn't play anything.
We need the jingle.
No.
Yeah.
I
didn't play shit.
I hear it back every time during the edit. I'm like, fuck, I gotta get that done.
I'll be
We'll
honest to
figure it
say, I just play life.
Working
Just for
out.
context, just working out. I went back to finding myself, healing myself, wanted to find what and who I am really, and you guys have been helping me out a lot. I've been enjoying the show, being in it, and wanting to create and continue on with my career that I've been wanting to build as a game dev.
This is pitched like you're about to leave us.
No, I'm not.
So I got that job at Rockstar from the last episode.
No, I'm definitely not leaving the pod.
We wish Nico and the best in his future.
Right?
endeavors.
No, I'm definitely not leaving the pod. You guys have just been helping me out with a lot.
Yeah.
And I just want to appreciate you guys for,
course,
everything
man.
you guys done for me.
We here.
And you, the audience over there, giving us lots of love, actually has
Yeah.
put me in a headspace where I really need to figure out who I want to become. And one of these people
You
is
want to become
what I wanna
Jacksepticeye
become.
after you dyed your hair, which we're going to address.
Yeah, we're going to address that. Yeah, so...
You're not Nico
No,
at all.
I'm not. So...
Pulls off the Scooby-Doo mask.
So needless to say, I have a boy crush wonder with 2 people who are very inspirational. Besides you guys, because you guys have been very inspirational to me to be able
He's
to
trying
do
to fuck
stuff.
us.
Nice. Well, clearly he's trying to fuck us and then dumped us in the same sense.
No, so you guys have been very inspirational, and then at the same time with the pod and show and everything, I've been watching Jacksepticeye a lot, Markiplier a lot, and all the big guys out there, like Ludwig doing
Mark
his
Wire.
crazy subathon and all that,
Ludwig.
and it's just like
Baby
it
Ludwig.
seems very, very fun to do all of that, and I'm enjoying it and doing
We're gonna
it.
get there, man.
And we're gonna
Yeah.
get there someday, so that's what I'm aspiring. So I'm manifesting all of that for both our show,
Via your
myself,
hair.
and the reason why I got the hair, it was crazy because I was talking to one of my coworkers, and it was something that he brought up, and something that Ant says a lot, and it's like inspire someone, or empower someone every day. And the other thing that he constantly tells me is nothing is without sacrifice. And what the coworker told me, literally after seeing my hair,
sacrifice the color of your hair.
Well, no, he was like,
the bleach.
Wait, it's funny, but he
empower your follicles.
He looked at me and he goes, "Are you trying to go Super Saiyan?" And then I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, you seem to be going through like some things, some changes within yourself." And then he says, "You seem that you've lost something. So you're using the power of loss to move on
You lost your tail.
build something." And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm kind of due. I think I lost myself and all that stuff." But then like all the crazy stuff between school, trying to balance life and all that stuff and work. So I was like, "It's true." And then he goes, "Well, go to the next level. So go Super Saiyan." And I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna adopt
Look at that.
So I was like, just like Ant said, nothing is without sacrifice. I need to use the power of loss or the pain of loss to be able to level up. So that's what I'm doing. I played life. That's what I played.
Hell yeah.
So
GG.
So
see, now it's funny to me because like I think your original plan was to go blue from the
yes,
the,
and it's still
Super
is.
Saiyan
It's still
God.
gonna
It is.
happen.
And that works out as well in the Dragon Ball sense too,
Yes.
because you go from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan God,
Yep.
blue, and then after that you can do a like a silver,
Yep.
and like you have to go red first.
I want to go
technically.
red, then
Red,
silver.
blue, and then silver to go Ultra Instinct.
Yeah.
So-
Ultra Instincts will be fun.
By the time he hits that, we're gonna be like, well, Nico's on the show, but he can't be here because he's way too powerful for the room.
He's gonna dye his hair red, and it's gonna be like redder than my fucking legs, dude. Since I haven't seen sunlight, because I'm a shade of pink.
But no,
It's okay.
So yeah,
We were locked up in the house for a year. It's cool.
Yeah, true. Sunlight. What is it?
Yeah, right.
That reunion tour was going on. We couldn't leave.
Backstreet Boys reunion. Dude, Aaron's calling the vaccines your earmuffs.
What?
He's like, yeah, I got my earmuffs, like my first set of earmuffs.
Okay.
Like, because you get one earmuff and then the other earmuff. So yeah, I was like, that's weird.
I didn't know that.
No,
People were
it's
saying
funny.
that they got their tickets for the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. And I was like, that's so good.
That's so funny.
But at the same time, if you get your tickets for it, doesn't that mean you have it?
right?
You would think.
The whole thing, you would think. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you get your backstage pass.
Yeah.
Or your VIP.
There you go.
We're gonna come up with our own.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, something.
So
NSYNC reunion tour.
maybe the people who got the one-shot vaccine, they got their tickets already.
I don't know if that's a ticket, man.
Yeah.
Not after it got revoked.
Yeah, no.
Anyway.
So yeah,
Real world.
So that's what I played. But actually, games I didn't play anything. I have plans of playing a lot more. I think I'm just gonna take a backseat on playing games and just playing with you guys and stuff like that. Maybe jump in on streams here and there.
All right.
But coming this summer, I did a little whoopsie. I don't want to explain that.
He pooped himself.
when I
Yeah,
set
change
up-
your pants. I was going there.
when I set up the PlayStation 5, I needed to up my PSN account, my gold, so to be able to play and all that stuff with you guys. And I didn't pay for that. I ended up paying for the year subscription of PSN Now.
Ouch.
And then later on found out that my account was like, hey, you got an extra charge from PSN. And I looked and it was the automatic recharge of the actual gold. And I was like,
That's even more painful since
So,
you
yeah.
haven't played anything.
So-
because you had PS Now.
correct. So this summer I am vowed to play. Hopefully, I'm gonna just stream play and or record play through all of God of War from the beginning to 2018.
What happened
God
to
of War.
Witcher, bro? No more
I'm
Witcher?
doing Witcher as well, but Witcher is gonna be strictly stream. I'm probably not gonna edit it. I'll put the raw stream on the YouTube, but
All right.
that's gonna go as it goes.
That works.
But the God of War is the one I'm focusing because to be excited, I am super excited for the next God of War, even though we haven't gotten anything. But I am super hopeful that in E3 we are getting something for some snippets that have come from Santa Monica Studios saying that they're already working on stuff, and they've actually tweeted out saying work is happening.
Yeah.
So
At E3, you
that's
will get something from God of War, and at the end of it, it'll say 2022.
correct.
I'm calling that
I'm
right
calling
now.
that out.
I'm saying
so
It's
that's
not coming out this year.
So that's what you guys are getting from me
23.
this summer.
you think it's gonna be that far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know why they would even say it's coming in 2021. I was like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
There's
Yeah.
no way. Especially at this, we haven't seen anything yet.
Yet,
It's
yeah.
definitely not coming this year.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be literally the beginning of 2022.
2022,
Like the
yeah.
very beginning of it.
I thought it was going to be holiday 2022.
Yeah. That's what I
That could
thought, too.
also work, but I'm thinking it's going to be like, we're nowhere fucking close type
Yeah.
shit. Like, we're going to see it and we're like, oh yeah, cool, awesome. And then it's going to be like, yeah, but fuck you.
Yeah. So
Like-
so just in preparation of that and me wanting to really go through the story because I didn't play a few of the God of War games, you guys are going to get to watch that. So
Yeah, hell yeah. Sounds like fun.
so that's what I'm planning for this summer for us, at least for my side of the games.
Hell yeah. What about you, man? What did you play? Mario Maker with Trent.
No.
Roblox with Trent.
Roblox with Trent.
I didn't play any of that this week. I played. Damn, do I need the jingle? I might need the jingle.
Shit.
Wait. I did, because we got on one night.
Did we?
We did, because you were playing Rocket League.
I was.
And we were about to go and play Titanfall.
Yes.
So I was playing Resogun, which is a Housemarque game that came at the launch of PS4. And they're also making... What's the game I want? I can't... It's escaping me. What's the game that comes out Friday coming? That I keep talking about.
That's a lot of games.
A lot of games come out Friday?
There's a bunch of games that are coming out this month.
What system?
For PS5. Returnal.
Oh, Returnal. Yeah.
That comes out Friday?
Yeah, that comes
30th.
out Friday, the 30th.
Shit.
Housemarque makes Returnal, but they also made Resogun, which I was playing. Arcade shooter.
Okay.
So while me and Chris were preparing to jump into Titanfall, I played some Resogun, and that was a good time. Then we played Titanfall, and that's all I played for this week.
No, that's not bad.
But that's something.
I forgot I played Titanfall. Shit, I forgot to mention that.
And Rocket League.
I'm Rocket League. Fuck. I play games.
Well,
bitch.
you play games.
But yeah.
I don't have any deep finding myself stories this week like you guys got.
I mean, you got life figured out.
I mean, you gained a whole year.
Yeah, that might gain a year of life, but I don't know. Life figured out is a big statement.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone has life figured
you're
out.
right.
We're all constantly growing, evolving, which is
Jack
why it's.
probably does.
You think so? He is immortalized on a pillow.
He literally had a whole concert where he
Yeah.
just performed like the songs from like the fucking
The movie.
that I forgot that I just said earlier in the podcast.
The Greatest Showman.
That one. He literally just had a concert where he just sang that by himself with like a
Yeah,
band,
that is
dude.
true. Yeah.
Oh
He
shit!
like sold out arenas doing that by himself.
Yeah.
He's got life
Good for
figured
him.
out, man.
Yeah.
He's
But-
eating avocado toast with gold fucking flakes, probably.
Good for him. We can all aspire to be on that level.
Oops, gold.
Yeah. Right.
Listen, once I poop gold, y'all can't tell me shit.
Except wipe.
Except for yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, hashtag ad for Charmin.
But no.
So-
Yeah, man. That's all I played. That's all I played. And like Nico said, us three had some, good conversations about empowerment and empowering each other and how it's important and essential, honestly, I
Yeah.
think. We're getting deep with you guys on this episode.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
This is a look behind the curtain that's behind the curtain.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, man.
Bed Bath and Beyond, man. Just curtains.
Beyond.
Just curtains.
This is the Beyond section.
It's like from a click.
Yeah,
click,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. We got that remote.
Can we get the remote, please? I'd like to
Jeez.
fast forward.
Fast forward. Just
little bit.
remember, it
Man.
gets stuck sometimes.
Yeah, so when you said I got life figured out, I don't know, man. I think we're all constantly, it's a constant, because even if you think you have life figured out, the richest person or the most successful person, quote unquote, has problems too.
Yeah,
They might
that's
have
true.
more.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
you're right. All right. Well,
yeah, right. Let's just end the show
out
there.
of that emotion.
Yeah, fuck your questions.
All right. So,
Again.
so scrolling past that
News,
emotional
right?
section there. Let's get some news in there.
Here comes the portion where we all look at our phones.
So
True.
we'll
this is the
whip out
part
our phones.
You usually don't see.
we
on
get
the-
our notes out
And we discuss.
and we discuss shit and whatnot.
Oh, okay. First off, Sony and PlayStation have reversed the PS3 and Vita, taking them off the digital stores.
Yes.
And now the quote is, upon further reflection, this is Jim Ryan, head of PlayStation. Upon further reflection, it's clear that we made the wrong decision here. So today I'm happy to say we will be keeping the PlayStation Store operational for PS3 and PS Vita devices. PSP commerce functionality will retire on July 2nd, 2021 as planned. So now you can still go into the stores on your PS3 and PS Vitas.
Yeah.
PS Vita still gets a lot of indie love. It still
Oh,
gets a
yeah,
lot of love
absolutely.
generally.
Yeah.
I think they got enough backlash to know. I like the fact that they're transparent on this, because usually PlayStation is usually we're top of the castle. We don't have to explain
Yeah.
shit to you. So the fact that they're looking at themselves in the mirror, like, okay, we made a mistake.
yeah.
I liked seeing that.
They
That
also
and
made
that-
another mistake too with the whole like the video pass thing. Where
Oh,
that
yeah.
leaked.
Oh yeah.
So like they make mistakes a lot right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wonder if any of that also had to do with that like small like ticking bomb news that I talked to you guys about last episode,
Yeah.
where they mention how the hardware itself, if it's not connected to the PS network, it would stop receiving the small updates to where that little battery that's within the hardware stops functioning if it's not updated past like every so often.
Yeah.
And that can technically end up bricking systems that have downloaded games solemnly for the download content.
Okay.
So you
That
would be
sucks.
able to still use the PlayStation 3, the PSP, and the PlayStation 4 with discs, but if you had any downloaded content onto those systems, that would be bricked. So
Damn.
I don't know if that
Shit.
that technically had to do also with the
I'm sure
fact
it all
that
ties
happened.
together.
So I think
They're
it's
all on
tied
the
together,
network.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Other than Sony
Keep talking.
news, we did get. Oh, do you want to
No.
refrigerator?
Yep.
Anyway, there is.
You almost died.
Behind the curtain. That's the
You
name of this
almost
episode.
It's not behind the curtain, dude. It's in front of the curtain.
That's in
Listen.
there.
Getting rid of that background noise for you guys.
So, a Knights of the Old Republic remake is in the works. Port Studio Aspire Media will head up the remake of the 2003 Star Wars game, according to a new report, which I'm very excited about. Any
Dope.
new Star Wars content, even if it is technically old content, I'm hyped for, just because I feel like we're in this weird time of like a lull of not getting anything.
Oh yeah.
Even though, like, right, I think on the 4th is when, it's May the 4th, we get the Bad Batch, that animated series that's coming out, which looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And if you haven't watched the Clone Wars animated series, just watch the last season and you'll understand who they are. I think they're in the first 2 episodes, and that's all you need for those guys. And then just understand what Order 66 is, obviously.
Obviously.
You know what that is, right?
Right.
You know exactly what it is.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah, just tell us.
What? No, I mean, what I don't have to explain what's already understood. Everyone knows. We all know. Let's just lead with the fact that we all know. Order 66.
That and Knights of the Old Republic was a very good game.
Yes, that is as well. And then it has a bunch of dope characters in it that don't really get
A lot of love.
known. Well, it gets a lot of love, but just from like the fans of like the games and shit. Like the people who watch the movies don't fucking know who any of these characters are. You know, like if I show you this man on the screen right now, you know who that is?
Nope.
Actually,
Nope.
Like, no. Yeah.
No.
Then I'm pretty sure I know his name, but I don't want to say it and then it be wrong, and then I get flamed in the comments. So there's that, because I'm not super Star Wars. I love Star Wars, but I'm not like I'm also terrible with names. I'm terrible with like places names and shit like that, and like time periods. But like I love it. So I'm very excited for that. I cannot wait until that comes out. Do we get into the fuck IGN moment real quick?
Go ahead. Get your fuck IGN moment up. We
Yeah,
need a
like,
jingle for this now.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like they're just trying to piss me off. And this is
They listen to the
They
show.
listen to the show and they're like, you know what? Let's
well, they're
ruin that
pissing
guy's.
everybody off too. Like the
Yeah.
comment sections are getting fucking lit
Yo,
up.
people, were not
Yeah, they're going-
agreeing
they're
with
going
us.
not
ham.
happy.
Everybody was Chris this weekend.
Well, like, here's the thing. While this is technically not video game news, there is one portion that is. So they did report and give a rating, their IGN rating, of Mortal Kombat, which was a 7, which ironically, Ant and I both agreed with. I also said 7, and I just saw this now.
Right.
So I realized, oh shit, me and IGN have something in common, except for we don't. Because they also reviewed the last episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier as a 5 out of 10.
They're
Which
wrong.
is complete bullshit. Like, while it's
Jeez.
understandable that the series didn't do amazing because of the things that had to be taken out, there was a lot of, like, not necessarily loose ends, but there was just a lot going on. That finale was a solid, like, I would almost say 7 as well. Like, it's not perfect, but it had the Marvel action, it had the payoff you wanted, and it had much more payoff than I expected there to be.
I would have said higher than that.
Yeah. Like, I would argue
I
like
would
a
hover
7.
around 8, 9 for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know any backstory, so maybe that's coming from a place of knowledge.
Yeah.
For me,
I just wanted more, if that
Right,
makes
okay,
sense.
it makes
From
sense.
the ending. Like, I didn't like the power broker stuff. I didn't like the reveal of who it was. That was very shit, to be fair. No offense. Like, the character's cool that was revealed to be the power broker, but it was not a good payoff. But every other thing that was there, 10 out of 10. So that's why I kind of bring it down. Plus, I wanted the Thunderbolts to be a thing. I wanted Thaddeus Ross to come back, the guy from Endgame that brought the
Yeah.
Sokovia Accords. He's actually supposed to be Red Hulk. comics. Like that's who he is, because he gets like power hungry and wants to recreate the serum for himself, and then he takes it, and then it turns him into Red Hulk.
Yeah.
And then there's this team called the Thunderbolts, where they're all pretty much like red colored variants of people, and there's other squadrons and whatnot, but Agent Venom's a part of it at one point, and that's slick. But anyway, they did also rate Invincible a 5, and that pissed me off.
Now that's what I meant when I said the 8-9 thing.
Invincible, I'm giving a 10, like 10 out of 10, because I've read all of the comics. Like I read those comics back when they were coming out. I think I got into it maybe when it was like at the halfway point before they stopped it, because it's actually a completed series. Like there's nothing else for it. But like I read every single fucking comic, and in their review they were like, it doesn't accurately give any like context to the comics. It's not as good as the comics. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, you're wrong. You're entirely wrong, and you're stupid for it. And the same thing goes with the Falcon and Winter Soldier. They're just fucking stupid. And I don't get it. But then they give fucking Mortal Kombat a 7. And I'm like, okay, so you got one thing right out of the 3 things that you've rated this week? What the fuck, dude?
People were not happy with that Falcon and Winter Soldier thing.
Oh, no.
Or Invincible. But there was like notable like games media people commenting on that review. Like, I don't agree with this one bit.
It doesn't make any sense.
But that's I bring that up because that's something that's rare. You don't really, especially with IGN. Yeah. I don't see a lot of like, there's like notable gamer podcast people, critics in general who were under their comments. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to read their Falcon and Winter Soldier one because it's fucking asinine. Everything surrounding the finale's core storyline is a mess of rushed conclusions, denying most characters the depth of exploration they deserve. This ultimately makes for a deeply unsatisfying conclusion to what has otherwise been a thoughtful examination of some of the world's hardest issues. Which is also slightly false because Marvel decided to take out the whole like virus thing that they were supposed to do. If you don't know anything about that, recommendation, there's a YouTube channel called New Rockstars. They do like breakdowns of the episodes. They covered the part where they took out pretty much a whole entire plot point of the motivation of the antagonist, which is why it kind of seems their goal is kind of stupid if you watch it. That's my one slight complaint of the show. Like, I couldn't follow what they wanted.
What their point was.
Yeah, like, it was like you wanted to understand it, and you were like, I feel like they're fighting for a reason, but then you didn't fully comprehend. And if they had the other portions, you could have 100% like made more sense. And we discussed it off mic. My opinion is if Marvel's going to decide to be on the right side of history for things, like when it comes to the discussion of like black people and like their experience and like what they did with Isaiah in the show, if they want to like be on the right side of history and like support like what should be going
phenomenal
down,
job with that.
Yeah, you're doing
personally
that right.
that was good.
You should be on the right side of history when it comes to other things as well that are prevalent in the media, like the virus, because it was supposed to be something to do with like a vaccine and whatnot, and like getting the vaccine to the people that needed it. That's why the one, like where the chick goes to the house and like there's the woman dying.
Yeah,
Literally it's like a 2-second thing that doesn't even matter, and you're like, why do I need to care about this person dying? It's apparently something about a vaccine that could have saved her life or something.
Got it.
And like that's a commentary in the real world where it's like, oh, vaccines, you're gonna inject the chip. You're stupid. Sorry, you're dumb. Herd immunity is a thing. Listen to scientists, please. But it's just be on the right side of history all the time, or not some of the time for me. Like it's one of those
be consistent.
Yeah. Like while I appreciate the stuff that they said with the Black Lives Matter stuff and like with Sam taking like what he did and like the overall experience, and it's great and it's awesome. You don't just push other stuff to the side.
Right.
Like you can do it both if you do it well. You're fucking Marvel. You wrote an amazing show. Continue to write an amazing show so that IGN doesn't shit on you for no reason. No. But that's a side thing. Sorry, IGN, fuck you. Fuck you. At the end of the day, fuck you. And this is the funny part, it's not just me this week. It's not an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, it's not. That shows. But yeah. I will be probably binging both of those things, or all 3 of those things, including the Mortal Kombat movie, sometime this weekend.
And then,
starting
do we
tonight.
want to talk about our thoughts on Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
slightly?
No spoilers.
Well, you can go ahead.
No spoilers that will happen.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so we're definitely not spoiling anything. So no need to run from it. we wouldn't spoil it with Nico sitting right here and he hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Everyone dies.
I would believe that because the last Mortal Kombat movie, practically that's what happens.
But
that didn't happen. Someone took that seriously, like fuck, everyone dies.
Yeah.
you bet your ass nobody dies. Not everyone dies in that movie, you know?
I enjoyed it. I think
Same.
it's one of the more fun video game movies. This is a video game movie. Usually when I say that, it's a negative, but I mean it as a positive this time. There are moments that are slow, but there are moments that when it's on, when they're doing what the Mortal Kombat thing, they're catering directly to the hardcore Mortal Kombat fan. Young or old, if you came up playing it, if you just got into it, all the Mortal Kombat isms are in there.
And there's a little bit too many isms at some point.
Yeah, to the point where sometimes it could be super cheesy and campy.
That's bad. That's my main issues with it. It's like the fighting and stuff, great. All the like character development, awesome. Some of the actors, get the fuck out. Like there were some that were just like oof to get through. Like it was hard for some of the actors. It didn't really make sense what their motivation was really. They were kind of just there. Looking at you, Sonya Blade, nothing to do with her, but like she was just there.
I mean, she was always just there.
But
she's just there.
You
really?
kind of need it. Like she seems like a character they're using to build on for. Then they leave a door open.
Yeah.
For more.
Yeah,
I think that like she's kind of a clean slate in there, but you kind of can't have this without her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. And it's nothing off of the character.
Yeah.
It's just like it didn't feel like she belonged, obviously, because that was also part of the story. She didn't belong, and it was weird, and I didn't like it.
Which is weird because I feel like her motivations were true. It's not even weird. I'm saying this isn't even at your opinion. This is based on the movie, but like she could have been one of them. Like she didn't have to like.
There was no reason for her to not be a part of one of them without spoiling.
Yeah, without saying too much. Yeah,
one of them does not make any sense for you if you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But it was okay. Yeah. That's why I gave it a 7, because it's definitely not a perfect movie. No movie's a perfect movie unless it's Into the Spider-Verse. And then I don't think it reaches like an 8 or a 9 just because of those moments where it's like it understands it's a video game movie, but then it takes it too far sometimes.
So it like pulls in on the video game a lot.
Yeah, to a point of uncomfortable, like being uncomfortable. Like that was, come on.
Yeah.
Like it pulls you out of the movie. Like the believability of like this is a thing that's happening is immediately shattered when you're just like you see a couple things, you're just like wait, and you have to like work.
I feel like that works for it because I don't
because
I'm talking specifically about the lines that the guy says.
Oh, okay.
Those moments of like when the guy said there's a specific character that says a lot of things that are way too corny. When those happen, it pulls me out of the movie because I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's a reference to the game. It's cool, and it needed to be said because it is a Mortal Kombat movie. It was not done in a way that made sense. It was kind of just... It was almost like they wrote the movie. Everything was perfect, and they were like, wait, this is a Mortal Kombat movie, and we didn't say that?
Yeah.
Shit. Where do we put it? Fuck. And then they're like on set filming those scenes.
And they
they're
just
like,
added it.
Say it.
Say the word. Say the thing.
Say the thing. Do the thing now. Cool. Awesome. Great. Ship it. And then that's it.
Oh, damn.
That's how it felt. And then I had to like get back into it, which it was easy to get back into.
Yeah.
That's why I give it a 7. Because like it didn't ruin the whole thing. But the fact that it pulled me out was like 4 times, I think.
It's a fun ride overall. It's a ride, but it is a fun ride.
See, what I feel with Mortal Kombat movies is like I wish that once they would take like I understand about like the overworld story of Mortal Kombat, but there are so many of those characters that have a plot joint to the main story, but they have such a like intricate story of their own that they should just like take out smaller movies and just make those and then just branch them off through the main story and make a few that actually made sense instead of just doing this is the overworld story 1, 2, 3, and 4 with all of these like 2-minute segments for 19 different characters in a big blockbuster movie. Yeah. So I think that would like give it more like meat to the actual story that's in the Mortal Kombat game, because they didn't technically start developing story for any of those characters until like Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, where they started like, hey, let's add this to this character, let's add that to that character.
I do remember
there was a slight story to the beginning
there was a lot
in the first one, but
there was story in one, because as you would go to I remember, especially in the arcade, they would have the character bios and have their whole story on screen.
Yeah.
But I think that with this movie Mortal Kombat verse now, you can tell they're trying. If it's successful enough, they have so many ways it can go. Like, which leads to my biggest criticism is something I won't say on the show because it's a spoiler.
Is it the end thing?
It's the end.
Yeah.
And it was like, it goes hand in hand with the whole one of them thing. It's like, well, what? Like there's something missing that I don't think you should be holding on to.
I feel like that could have been a cool thing to have as like a post-credit scene, or like a stinger at the end of like the art version of the credits, something like that. Like, it was not needed. Plus, I'm not a huge fan of the main guy. He's not a character in a game.
No,
right?
he's
just like an OG character.
Okay, I do have two big criticisms, because it was like,
who the fuck are you?
You don't need that though.
Yeah,
there's enough characters. You could have had my criticism as that person if you were going to do that. To me, you have to tie it in, I guess, to what's happening in the story, when you have to create something for that. But there's so many dynamic characters in Mortal Kombat.
I'm very confused why they did that now. Because like they could have just focused on Sonya and what's his name again?
Kano?
No,
Liu Kang.
Arms guy.
Jax.
Oh. They could have focused on them. And them.
And they're usually the focus.
And
my criticism is also part of that. It's like, so why would you?
They told the story of like how they found each other and like how he has the thing and she doesn't have the thing. Like, they literally tell that story in like a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
But that would have been so much cooler to see than a guy that boxes. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, the new character, unless he's in the next Mortal Kombat game or a DLC that is put out for the current one immediately, is stupid. Like, his fucking, whatever the hell they called it, stupid. Sorry. Yeah. They literally were like, hey, Black Panther's kind of cool when he gets that suit.
He's the least impressive.
Yeah.
No more, because we're giving more detail than we intended to give.
Sorry.
So,
but
sorry about that. I poked and prodded.
Yeah. It's next week. I think we do the spoiler talk of it.
Sure.
While there were bits and pieces in what we just said that were not spoilers, but like once you see it, you'll be like, oh, that's what they were talking about.
Yeah.
You'll understand what we mean. I feel like if you're listening to this podcast and you haven't seen the Mortal Kombat movie by now, you don't really give a fuck about the Mortal Kombat movie. Come on, like you would have seen it already.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not that big of a deal. But next week we're coming back and we're doing a spoiler review.
Yeah, I would have seen it already by that. So.
We'll talk about it in depth. But
right.
Is that all you want to talk about in the news, or is there anything else?
There was a good amount of news.
I'm just thinking because we got 4 questions too, and we're running.
No, we're not gonna. We'll fast track some of this news. Real quick, if you don't know, Apex Legends is a mobile version revealed.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing at work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No more TikTok for me.
Days Gone 2 has a petition that's reached over 50,000 signatures at this point.
I want to take a second to talk about the creator or the director of that game.
I was about to give it right to you there.
The tweet that man put out, I agree with entirely, but also not a good time to put the tweet out because people were mad at that.
Do you remember exactly what he said?
I'll paraphrase from what I remember it, but he pretty much said, if you want a sequel to a game, buy the game at its fucking, and he said fucking specifically.
Yeah, he did.
Full fucking price.
Full price.
I just pulled it up, yep.
And I agree entirely.
What's his name, Nico? Do you still have it?
Fuck. I just lost it.
How dare you?
I literally just lost it. God dang it.
Just so we can.
Patience.
Sorry, patience. Are you working? Where the fuck is it?
Typing boy is typing.
I can't get to it, guys.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it's director of Days Gone?
Yeah.
Director, yeah.
Look up the director of Days Gone. Quick Google magic for you listeners and viewers, you'll find it. You can just directors of Days Gone tweet. I'm sure it'll pop right up.
Yeah. But I agree with him, but with the petition that is happening, I feel like it was the wrong time to say it. Like,
Yeah.
maybe if like
Baby
they actually,
Jeff.
there it is,
There we
that
go.
guy. But it's just weird because like with the love that it's getting, it's because people, I guess, slept on it when it came out and like it was
Kind
full
of,
price,
yeah.
and now that it's free, it's not free via the
PS
the
Plus.
monthly game,
It's
right?
it's free.
I thought it was the monthly thing.
the monthly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was making sure it wasn't like the collection. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
I don't
the,
think it's in the
it's-
collection,
It's
yeah.
outside of
Yeah,
the collection.
So
yeah.
it's the PS Plus free game of the month. So like, obviously people are going to be talking about it. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the way that works. And then people who haven't played it and didn't know they wanted to play it, that's what this is for. That's what
Right.
the
Right.
fucking PS Plus free games are for, to get you into that fucking.
If anything,
talk
it's
again.
building the buzz for your game.
Yeah.
And I agree 100%. If you want a sequel to a game, buy it at $60. But it's like, I'm not going to buy a game at $60 if they're giving it to me for free.
No one is.
That doesn't make sense. Like in the grand scheme of things, like while I appreciate you and I very much agree with you, wrong time, you know? Like if this were to happen, let's say the petition happened after it was free and like it was back to full price or at least 40 or something, like it's probably at 40 once it's not free anymore. If there was an option to buy it full price, or if it was on sale at that point and like he said buy it at full price, then I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Show the people
Yeah.
at Sony that this is a thing that's wanted. I don't know who actually made the game. It might not be Sony who approves it, but whatever.
Ben Studio.
Pen Studios. Yeah.
So like it'll show them that there is a sequel wanted because people are paying for it after it was free. But like you don't do it while it's free. That's where you create your initial buzz because people obviously slept on the fucking game. I didn't care about it when it came out.
And I also think
Yeah.
that was a huge like just frustration talk from him because of what had happened beforehand. Because as I mentioned last episode of the episode before, the whole issue where PlayStation like pretty much almost disbanded Ben Studios to get them almost to get absorbed into Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
To get their games going out, but now people are asking for that Days Gone, and he's just frustrated because
Yeah, rightfully
we
so.
almost lost. He's like, I almost lost my whole team. You guys didn't buy the game at full price, which doesn't allow me to be able to pitch more Days Gone to Sony. And then he's probably pissed off at Sony, going, "See what you fucking missed on."
Yeah, I'm
You know what I
sure.
mean?
I'm sure that all those aspects are true.
So
And it makes sense that he's mad. It's just one of those things where it's like you got to take a second.
and realize
And-
what you're gonna say before.
Take a moment. Don't attack the people who are trying to
mad.
support you now.
Yeah, be mad,
You can be
but-
mad, but don't have a front-facing "buy my fucking game" tweet.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, now use the leverage of the petitions.
Yeah. Instead of getting mad at them, at least pull them in, and then use them as a weapon.
Get the analytics from, if you can, from Sony to see how many people downloaded that game and are now
Correct.
fans. Now you have numbers and statistics to back
Correct. Yeah.
yourself up.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
Xbox is doing something cool. Starting today, which was 4/21/21, all Xbox players can access online multiplayer at no charge for libraries of over 50 free-to-play games.
That's dope.
So,
I
that's
think that
pretty
should be
dope.
across the board. Like, if the game is free to play, you shouldn't have to be paying for a subscription
Just to play with your friends.
Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, whoever, to play those games.
Yeah.
So for Microsoft to do that, I think that's admirable.
Yeah.
It should be shouted out.
So that's good.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Um,
Epic Store is expanding their list of games, including more PC apps.
Yeah, they did now. Epic Store offers apps.
Yeah.
Also, Destroy All Humans is coming to Switch, and I will
Yes.
be playing that on stream 100%.
That
because
is-
I love those games, and it's the remaster, so I will buy the fuck out of it.
And another studio from Sony is proud to present that they're working on a
new IP or
a
something.
new
Firewalk
IP.
Studios.
Firewalk Studios. Yep.
Yeah.
So new
So-
IPs. We talked about that. We want new stuff, not just sequels to everything. Just
Yep.
some new.
To
new
be fair,
stuff.
though, I'm not mad at sequels.
I'm not
Yeah,
mad
neither
at
am
sequels.
I,
I
yeah.
I don't want just sequels.
sequels,
I want
yeah.
new experiences.
I feel that.
Yeah. Not only
I
that,
mean, we'll get
the-
that next week. Well, technically tomorrow when this comes out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Returnal.
Returnal, yeah. There was also talk and like floating around where people were getting scared of Sony's ambition of making or focusing solemnly on big games. And they're like, if this ambition goes through and they end up doing that and it falls through, then Sony will be looking bleak.
Yeah.
But now we have studios under Sony's that are finally coming forward and saying, hey, we're working on stuff like Firewalk Studio. And, of course, probably Ben Studios is sitting there hoping that they can get their new IP they're technically working on.
I mean, we don't know that Firewalk
before,
Studios isn't making a big blockbuster game.
Yeah.
But that's just a new studio, so new possibilities, new people. you know?
And that's all we can hope for.
Yeah.
We have anything else, or we want to roll into the questions?
Cyberpunk sold 13.7 million copies total.
Yo, that was like a let me give myself a medal for fucking up type meme, because they like pat themselves in the back for selling that many things, and it's in like how many of those were returned.
Either way, they made the money.
Yeah.
To be fair, and like that's the thing, I also didn't return my copy because
I didn't return mine either.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to return a game. Well, I hate the game for what it did and for all the bad things that are about that game, and they're lying. I have a shred of hope that will one day be playable.
Yeah.
And that's why I kept it, because I was like, I'm not going to get a refund, because at the end of the day, what would I use that money on besides another game?
Yeah.
And like, there's already enough games out that I haven't even played yet. There's
Right.
no
Same.
reason for me to do that.
Yeah.
So I'll just hold on to it, hold out hope, and then in the end of it all, if I don't want the game anymore, whatever.
It's a novelty thing.
That was like a couple hours at work that I sat in a cubicle, fiddling my thumbs, like whatever.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a loss in the grand scheme of things.
Yep.
But still, fuck Cyberpunk. As well as IGN.
Wow.
Let's go. Let's go to the news.
go to
the email.
questions.
Let's get to the
emails.
news. All right, so here's the question of the day that I have. Did we answer one of Lucas's? Because he had one about Mario Odyssey.
We
The
did
motion-
We didn't
answer
answer
that.
that. We did?
Yeah, we answered that.
What was the
last
question?
episode.
About
It was about motion controls, and we were talking about
we
how
did do
there
that one,
is
right?
certain button inputs in the game.
Yeah. That's right. Okay.
So what I'm thinking we do is we do one from Anna's list, then Lucas's about Wind Waker, and then we do Trevor since it's his first.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Trevor should
Absolutely.
give Trevor the first.
Yeah,
Let's
the
just
first
start
one.
We
with
do
him.
him as the start. I
start
thought
with
we'd
him.
say the best for last.
Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah,
I like his question.
Okay, all right, cool,
he
cool.
definitely has the best one so far.
Yeah, I like his question, but okay. So do you want to do Lucas's? Read Lucas's real quick, and then I'll
Sure, I
find
can
which
do that.
one we do from Anna's, and then I'll read that out.
Sure, I'll read Lucas's if you want. I have it up.
Go for it.
So Lucas Gerhardt,
NGP.
big NGP,
NGP
that sends us
elite at this point.
questions all the
We
time.
need a soundboard that just says NGP.
Yeah, right.
Something like that. Like,
Keep all these ideas in.
He
Keep
said
reading.
he says, "Hey y'all, more of a technical question for Wind Waker. How do you feel about the ability to use the GBA to help track down the pieces of the Triforce? If they were going to do something similar in the future games, how do you think they would do it?" So I know this for a fact. So remember how I mentioned a few episodes back a character named Tingle?
Yeah, I remember Tingle.
So Tingle was a support character that if you play with another friend of yours,
Yeah,
you can
he's in, like,
connect
the
your
map and shit?
Yeah, you can connect your GBA to the GameCube, and while your friend will be playing Link or yourself, he can play as Tingle and he can draw out the map of where the Triforces were and help you find them. So the Triforces were broken into a bunch of different pieces, and you had to go through the ocean map and pretty much fish them.
Yeah.
So your friend would technically be helping you out, doing all the fishing, like side games in the GBA to find all the pieces. So he's asking, in a sense, how would they do that if they were to remake Wind Waker for the Switch?
is it specifically just for Wind Waker, or is this just in a general sense of games? Like, how would
he
they
doesn't
have like
specify.
an
It just
accessory?
says, I guess, if they would connect two
In future
systems
games.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I feel like they kind of slightly were doing that with amiibos, kind of.
They were kind of doing that. Yeah.
but also no, because like while the amiibos would like give you like items and shit, that's not really assisting you in the way that getting the Triforce is. I feel
Right.
So, I have a thing. So I think Nintendo took that into consideration, and they haven't really explored it in many games. But currently, like I mentioned, playing Mario Party, they explore it there. So if you were having the idea of connecting two systems to make a game or to make a mini game be better, they did that with Mario Party. So with Mario Party, like the three of us can have our Switches with our own Mario Party and play in multiple screens, where we technically will put our Switches on the table, and it would actually make the board game on the table.
Oh, that's sick.
And
I thought it was just gonna...
all the switches connect, and
That's
the board
dope.
game
You see
shows
the
in every
characters go
screen.
from each screen to each screen. And
Yeah.
shit.
I didn't know. I thought you were talking about like just online capabilities for a second. I was like, "What do you mean? Yeah, I can play Titanfall at home with you, and I have my own screen. What do you mean?" But no, you can do that.
Yeah,
That's
you
lit.
can do that. Yeah. And you can do it with multiple
crazy.
switches, and it's cool. So they've done that with
Why the fuck
Mario
aren't we
Party,
doing that?
but they should be doing it with
We would
like
need 2 cameras. Have
we would
one
need like a
facing
lot
down.
of cameras. Yeah.
Fuck. That's
We can figure it out though.
Yeah. But that's something that they have done already with the Switch.
Okay.
Will they do it further on? Seeing as the Switch has both at-home playability and handheld, I don't think they'll go farther than what they already done.
Yeah.
If anything, having multiplayer games where you can like make a place like maybe Mario Kart, you can put multiple switches, it'll make the board, and then you will have the same like.
Well, I mean, they did it with the Mario Kart accessory, where
Correct.
like you can like drive the car around and,
With
like,
your
it makes
Switch, yeah.
and like you actually have like a car driving in the real world with the camera. Like that's kind of it, but not really.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much you can do. Like the most I could think would be like almost if we go over to like Sony, if they released another handheld.
Yeah.
And that could be in partnership with like a game of some sort.
Which again, like I always say that the PS Vita always came before its time. Because right now, can you imagine a PS Vita, PS5 combination?
Like literally right
been lit.
now is the time to do handheld games because people want them again. Like when they were doing them back then, people were just on the kick of consoles.
Yep.
And that's what everyone want. Give me the console, give me the console. Now we're back at a time where people are like, oh, the Switch is both. That's dope. Give me that same ability with a PlayStation. That'd be very, very cool.
Yo, I would kill if like they had like the PS Vita with the PS5 connectivity. Where you want to play games, you have the PS5, which is super strong.
Oh, yeah.
Have it connected to the internet. You can still do remote play for any game on your PS Vita. I was like, that'd be dope.
Call it the PlayStation Go. Literally.
Yeah.
Didn't he have that?
I don't know.
It wasn't PlayStation. It was PSP Go.
PSP Go.
PSP
Yeah.
Go. Okay, my bad. What's an original name for it then? Like the PS5 Mini or something like that.
PS5.
They're gonna make that. That's just gonna be a smaller console.
Yeah, smaller
True.
console. Yeah.
I'm almost thinking it'd be cool if like you could have a handheld device for the PlayStation where it's in and of itself its own thing, right? It has its own games. Like you have like let's just say it's called a PSP for the sake of me not saying a thing. So you have this PSP and you can play its PSP games on there, which is great, awesome, good time. But you can also link it to your PS5, which is home, and then play your PS5 games from your PSP.
That's what I was
Couldn't you
just
do it
saying.
on the Vita?
Yeah, that was the
I
Vita.
want that again.
Oh,
but
again.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
that's what I mean. The Vita could have done that
With what?
for certain games in the PS4, and the PS3 had some connectivity.
Shit.
It had some. Like PS3 had most sports games you can play on remote.
I want to
but
be able to play
PS4 you
all
can
of
do
my
that.
I think it was a
PS5
case-to-case
games.
basis.
Yeah.
I want to be able to play all of my PS5 games.
That's what I'm saying.
On a handheld. For a machine that is handheld in and of itself, and it just does like some sort of cloud streaming thing. So like, it's definitely running on the PS5, but you're getting the visuals to your PSP, so it's not like overclocking shit, and it's just streaming over like a Wi-Fi network, or like if you set up a hotspot on your phone, or like even if they had some sort of like plan with like data that you could buy for PlayStation, which would work.
Which was actually something they also had with the PS Vita, because when the Vita,
Sony, what the fuck,
when the Vita was released, they actually released it with a Verizon network, where you can actually have PS Vita as a phone. So the Vita doubled as a system in a phone if you had the Verizon network attached to it.
See, that's slightly a step too far when you make it into a phone. You know what I mean?
Well, it was more like you had the full PS Vita, but you could technically use all the phone functionalities of a cell phone in it. So it was like, that's why I always say the Vita definitely 100% came out way ahead of its time. Because like if it had come out now with the PS5 and the technology that we currently have, where Switch is like Nintendo with the Switch is making like a huge headway on that, Sony and Nintendo would still have beef on the handheld like world.
I'm still like sad that like handheld accessories and shit like that, like with like the Joy-Cons and whatnot, like it's died for other systems and it's just moved into VR. Like you think about like the old games that you would play on like PS2 and stuff that had like accessories like that. It would be like Guitar Hero or like DJ Hero and stuff.
Like the peripheral game is
They're
like
dead.
dead.
And it sucks because they
they
were
were
so
fun, too.
good. And like I feel like it's almost the Wii that killed it with like the controller being your actual peripheral at the same time and not connected to the system.
Nintendo cornered that market, and then
Everyone else said fuck it.
Because when it comes to any kind of toy edition or handheld, Nintendo's always been the king of it.
Yeah.
So once Nintendo does it a certain way and their version doesn't match Nintendo's version, Nintendo's like, well, you can't. That's the only area where Nintendo could always be like, you are not fucking with our handheld shit.
And
like,
that was
I remember when they did it with Guitar Hero too, and like Rock Band and stuff. It was because you could take your motion controller, which was already not connected to the system, and plug it into this peripheral, and then it would still it would be wireless. So like when you're playing Guitar Hero on your PS2, you have to be within like a certain distance of your PS2, which, you know, like if you're a kid and you're trying to rock out or something,
you're moving
like have
around.
a good time, like. If you gave Trenton Guitar Hero 2 right now, connected to a PlayStation 2, that PlayStation 2 will be destroyed in an hour because he's a hyperactive child. When he like gets like up on the sugar, like he's running around like any kids like that. But like if you give him the Wii version, dude, he's having the best fucking time.
He's all over the place.
It would be
Dude, he's jumping off the couch, doing power slides. He's fucking doing backflips, like just shredding.
Yeah,
that would be really cool.
That would be fun.
I want to.
We kind of might have to.
We might have to do that.
Can we get Guitar Hero? You have.
I'm about to say, I got a Wii.
Yeah, you
no,
do.
operational Wii too.
Dude, we're about to have like a. I wonder if we could do that. Like do like a Rock Band stream.
Oh man,
I don't know why we couldn't.
We
can do it.
Just DMCA.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that would be
Because
fun.
music, but at the same time,
Just getting the game operational, we could do.
yeah, we could do that. But I'm thinking like technically, I don't know if you knew this, but Guitar Hero 2, none of the songs are actually the original songs.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They're actually covers.
They're covers.
Of the song performed by a different band, which technically falls under the right of fair use.
Yeah. We could do that.
Looks like we got some more things to write on the old whiteboard.
Yeah.
Do this.
I don't know. I miss those things. Like I miss peripherals. Like no offense to Nintendo, but I kind of feel like their peripherals suck now. Like the Mario Kart thing is like a cool idea in theory.
But you're talking about the cars that drive around.
The RC car,
I don't like the, even when I was still, I didn't like those.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want that. I don't want Trenton to want that because I don't feel like having to get it.
It also like it's not Mario Kart because like when you play Mario Kart, it's about being like really fast and shit. Like those little RC cars, you're not going faster than like 5 miles per hour, and you're on carpet 80% of the time unless you have a hardwood floor. But then like at the same, you're never going to get the same experience of like I'm playing a Mario Kart game unless you're just playing a Mario Kart game.
Right.
You can't have a peripheral with that.
Right.
Like the most you get is the Hot Wheels.
Yep.
And that's it.
And that's it. Yeah.
But those are dope. To be fair, the little metal boys. But yeah, I don't know. I miss peripherals. To say the least.
So I think moving forward, I don't think Nintendo. I think if there was any peripherals we would see modifications to remotes, like how they try to do the Nintendo Labo, which didn't go too well after a while.
To be fair, though, that was a very good
It
business
was.
model. They literally sold cardboard to people, and they bought it.
And they bought it.
Yeah.
People bought it.
was good,
and
too.
they did 2 variations of them.
Yeah, and they sold
And they
well.
sold well.
Because they were cool.
I give it to Nintendo just for their we're a video game, but we also want you to be healthy stuff. Like when they had the Wii Fitness, like
Wii
that sold like
Fitness, then
crazy.
they did
Now they got Ring Fit,
the
and
Ring
that's
Fit.
super huge.
Yeah.
Like they're good at teetering that line as well.
I feel like Nintendo's just more about fun.
Yeah.
Like while I can have fun playing on a PlayStation 5 and like do that stuff, like you will have way more fun as like just general fun, not like I don't know, like it's fun to play Last of Us 2 technically, but I'm not having the same fun as if like I'm fucking using a Wii remote and like using a boffer sword on Wii Sports.
It's a different level of interactivity.
Yeah, and it's like going to the arcade back in the day and playing Time Crisis. Like it's so much more fun.
Right.
Like like I'd rather do that than sit here on my PS5 and play Warzone. I'd rather go play Time Crisis 2, have a great time, feed it endless money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It'd be a good time to have peripherals back, I think.
Yeah.
It's just I think VR is the new peripheral.
It is.
Kind of sucks.
With all the different versions coming out.
VR has definitely digitized peripherals to where it's a visual content of peripherals instead of having like it's a construct. There you go. Yeah.
Let's
So
like time. Just to zero back in on Lucas's question about Wind Waker and if they were going to do something like this in future games, how would they do it?
For Zelda, I guess.
For Zelda?
For Zelda?
Is that right? I don't know.
Yeah. He was talking about Wind Waker.
Yeah, Wind Waker specific.
If we're using the Wind Waker example, I would with Switch now, they kind of done it with their HD Rumble. Like even in Mario Odyssey, when you walk around, there's something beneath you. It'll start rumbling harder and harder as you get close to it. And then you like do the stomp and it'll come out the ground or whatever. I think that would have to be the solution as far as Nintendo and Zelda goes. Almost dropped my phone.
See the video version.
Yeah,
right.
That
Called it Matrix.
athlete.
Reaction time.
Right. Spider-Man. Y'all making me lose my train of thought. Like say Wind Waker, like you said, you were sailing around, you're looking for the pieces, and you had to get the map to know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
I think going forward, if they were to do the same thing with Switch, it would be a vibration thing.
Yeah.
Like the vibration, like I could see them having a compass. And let's say you can go into like a first person mode with the compass and point in direction, and it'll vibrate harder depending on where it is. So it'll be like really light vibration, heavy, light, and you zero back in, you go in this direction. And then you just keep repeating that until you find an area where your whole Switch pretty much like shaking
it's like
in your
shaking
hand.
in there,
And then you put down how like the fishing
anchor,
thing you find. I think that is the modern solution to that problem.
Yeah.
On top of like an on-screen map.
Yeah.
But
if you wanted, if they wanted to do something which was like basically that, where you would have like two people playing it, the Switch has the capability of having a two-person game because the remote's already attached to the system. That just makes it where you can have a split screen. Yeah. That would just be it, and then
have a option where, not an option, but however you have to define it is you given. Like if you're playing on your screen, maybe you have to tag the map. Like you find a place to go, you take it off of your dock, and then you have like to do the touch screen, and you point, you pretty much use the your finger or whatever, the touch screen to pinpoint an area. And you put it back on your dock,
and like
you
pop
go
up
to that
on the
area.
screen.
Yeah, I think that's how you populate it.
Yeah,
I think that would be
cool.
dope. But that's my solution to that problem.
Yeah, I think that those would be really nice solutions.
All right. So thank you, Lucas. We appreciate you. Sorry
thank you
for pushing off your question. I'm going to take one of the questions from Anna, who sent us a long email. One of which, let me scroll back down to it, which one I liked the most. All right, so I'm going to read question 3, I think, so I like that one the most for... It's a long question that is a bunch of questions, but it's all the same in the end, technically. Okay. Cool. So this is from Anna. What is your preferred pay structure for an ongoing game? Is it a one-time purchase by the game with free updates, free to play with microtransactions, free to play with purchasable seasons passes, one-time purchase with cosmetic microtransactions? Is it based on how much you're paying? Is it a game that's worth the $20 purchase and then has the season passes, but it's okay? A game that has 70 isn't. At what point is the cost not worth it? So it's a lot in one's question. Pretty much it's every variation of how a game is
pay
sold.
Structures. Yeah.
So like you have like the Fortnite model where it's season passes every single time, and you can also buy the cosmetics.
Okay.
And then you have Apex, which is the same thing.
Then you have League of Legends, which is free to play, but you have skins, and then also you have the Overwatch method where you paid for the game, in-game cosmetics that you can pay via loot boxes, or just a fucking game with free updates that you just buy and that's what you get. Technically, any other game, I think that would be because most games get updates regularly.
What are you asking? What our preferred model is?
Yeah. What do you think? It says pretty much here what your preferred pay structure is. Like what your favorite way that you go is.
I think off the top, the OG in me wants to be like, I want to pay for that game once and that's the game. But I recognize how gaming has evolved because if there weren't free to play, like I played a whole lot of Warzone, which is fun. I haven't paid for a thing in that game, but I wouldn't have had all that entertainment if I had had to pay $60 for it because I didn't buy it. I just play Warzone. I didn't buy the whole Modern Warfare.
Or anything.
Yeah, I didn't buy any of that. But I had just as much fun as anybody would. I'm somebody in those free-to-play games who has way more fun when I'm playing with other people. So Warzone, if Warzone came out and I didn't have people to play with, I probably never would have played it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
for the togetherness part, I I like paying for a game and having the whole thing, but I don't mind if I love a game enough. I like season passes.
Season passes.
Yeah. I want to pay for something that gives me every update going forward.
Yeah.
I like Smash Brothers for that reason.
Yep.
The character packs. Like, I'll pay for that season pass to know that I'll get every new character for one price.
Yeah.
And I like this pretty much the set it and forget it treatment.
Okay.
I like buying it and having nothing to worry about now. I'll get every update that comes out. That's me.
Yeah, I like that as well. I think that's one of my favorite models. Is that it's like the free to play with skins is fun, and the reason why I say the free to play skin is because most of the time you see that model being used in MOBA games or in PvP versions of games where if you wanted to spend money on a game that you just enjoy playing, you can show off the love that you have for that game and the company who created it by just buying those little tidbits that lets you customize your character to your preferred look. So that gives the player a constant comeback of like, yeah, I have a really cool character, this, that, and it builds a community, but around a free-to-play game. Okay. Those models tend to be a little bit expensive on the developer side because they're full fronting the entire project. So they know it's going to be free to play. So however much effort they put in it, they're not getting anything out unless people start buying stuff. True. Now in other systems, like I've actually loved season passes, but I was burned by that with Destiny. Where you bought the game, you bought a season pass with the game, and that covered 1, 2, and 3 DLCs. But then all of a sudden, because the story changed and the developers wanted to add more, then they came out with 3 more, but all those 3 were not season pass included. So you had to buy those 3 updates on their own.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Which ended up showing up. You were like, all right, I paid $70 for a game, $25 for a season pass. That's $95. And now you released 3 other games 3 other pieces of the game that evolve the game further.
That you want to do.
Because you want to keep up with the community that you're building. Yeah. And if you don't, you're spending $15 to $25 to almost $35 for each one.
Now see,
and now you ended up paying for a game, like a season pass for $150 for one game experience to then at the very end up getting the whole, hey, there's a sequel. And then the first game got killed and the second game did the same thing.
I would rather you charge me, say Destiny's coming out, whatever Destiny it is, say Destiny Blank is coming out and it's $99.99.
Yeah, charge me that and give me the full thing.
At least I could be mad initially. It'd be like, fuck, that's expensive. I don't want to pay $100 for a game.
But you get everything.
But you get everything. Yeah. Even, I don't care if there's 1, 2, 3 more expansions later. I have a right to that. Or give me a choice. Or give me the $60, $70 version and I know what I'm in for. Yeah. Give me the choice to pick my poison pretty much.
Correct.
I'll buy the $100 game every time if I'm that dedicated to that ecosystem.
Correct. So that's my take on that. A lot of those games also ended up having where those DLCs added parts and pieces and more weapons and armors to the game and levels to where if you didn't have money or if you didn't want to go ahead and buy the next piece of the story, you were held back from doing anything else that everybody was doing, including your friends, if you were playing with them. Reason being is because now you don't have that armor, you don't have those weapons because you haven't bought DLC. So it pinches you in the progress of the game where you're enjoying the game and you want to play with your friends, but now you're stuck and you can't join them and do missions. You can't join them in the next raid. You can't join them in this and that and the other thing because you're waiting. And then after so many months later, it becomes free. And then you figure out, oh shit, I paid this amount of money and now everyone gets for free.
I feel like Bungie and fucking Destiny just completely decided to screw themselves with their model, to be fair. So after the free to play. But.
So my preferred model is at least not for console games, for main PC and PvP games, is free to play model with customization paid for. And loot boxes are great. I still think it's a little bit more of a gamble, and that's a good thing for the devs. It's a good thing on the dev side. There's games like League of Legends and what's the other game? Crap, that I used to play a lot. I forget the game, but you could buy specific skins. There was no need to buy loot boxes. Yeah. And then after that, League of Legends actually added a season pass like Fortnite afterwards, where you can buy the skins that come out. they revolve skins. They make some limited, some are rare, some are these, some end up joining into the store at certain times. Like they have holiday skins, they have Halloween skins, they have like all of these skins that you can buy and like show off. But you will have to buy them at that specific time. And sometimes they have them where like the vault's open and they have all the ultra rare skins out.
Does,
So it's like that for me is a little bit more attractive because I can still enjoy the game with everyone. It doesn't hold me back from either getting better at the game, enjoying the game with my friends, or stop from loving the game.
Yeah.
If not, it just adds more for me to enjoy and keep throwing money at them. Like, if I see a skin that's going to come out and you're presenting it well, I'm buying that fucking skin.
And just to jump on what I was saying earlier, I'm aware that they already do have like a pick your poison type of tier. Like you can buy games at this price, that price, that price. I thought about it as I'm sitting here. That does exist. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but if this game is going to have all that, then I think the standard version should be the $100 version.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Because if not, then you can have like 120, 150. Because at that point, it's like if you're going to have stuff we don't even know about coming later,
then that's different.
I don't know about it. But yeah, if in that case, I think Destiny at that point, Destiny 2, they'd be like, it should be $99.99, and we're standing on that.
Yeah.
We stand strict on it and be like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as me, I'm very much of the free with the like extra shit, like season pass, not even season pass, like battle passes. Like I like those more, in my opinion now. Like, and then like there's the extra event stuff when like you can earn stuff, but you also can pay for stuff if you'd like to, but none of it matters. It's just cosmetic, and you just play the game. I want to say like Apex, but I also disagree with how Apex charges, because they'll have like an event and it's like, you know, like there's like, I think it's like 20 new things specifically for the event, and you can buy loot boxes for those items. And at the end of the day, if you buy X amount of loot boxes, you get all of the items, or you can actually just spend actual money. But if you spend actual money, it's like exponentially more money just to like, get a specific item. So at the end of the day, it's like $200+ to get all of those loot boxes, to get all of those items, which is not worth it to me.
Okay.
And they've never changed that. Like, and they do that for the event type things. Like, I'm pretty sure they're gonna end up doing one now, and there is one out now currently too. But it's a joke, and it's just skins, and it's bullshit that doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. But I love the battle pass system where it's like, hey, here's like one thing for $5. You get 100 different items, whether that be like tags to show off how many kills you get, skins, gun skins, emotes for when you're dropping down. I forget what else they have, like loading screens they have, which are kind of stupid, to be fair. And then music, a bunch of stuff. And like they're adding more and more as like the emotes while you're dropping. That's new, like as of like the last 2 seasons. So like they're definitely evolving it with time. But like I feel like Overwatch has the best model where like when they first released the game, you could have gotten the collector's edition or the standard edition. Collector's edition came with like a couple extra skins, XYZ, Elemental P, and then the regular version was $20. I bought that $20 version for my PC when I first started playing, and I was a PC guy. And after that, it's just you earn loot boxes after you play. Events come out, your loot boxes turn into the event loot boxes, and then if you want, you can use your coins that you've accrued over time from like getting duplicates or just like actual spending money. You can just buy the skins if you don't get them from your loot boxes. No problem.
Yeah.
And then the thing that's great about that is that those skins stay in the menu of that character, and then next time Halloween rolls around, those skins are unlocked again because you can't get them the rest of the year. They're also cheaper because like when it's new and fresh, I think they charge $3,000 for the new and fresh ones, and then like the regular gold skins are like $1,000. So they drop those to $1,000 because it's from last year.
Right.
So like if you don't get it just from opening your loot boxes and earning your loot boxes just by playing, next year rolls around, oh shit, I can finally get that Reaper skin for really cheap. It's on sale. No problem. And they're running it really well. They don't have a battle pass as far as I can tell still, which is fine. I don't really think you need one for Overwatch, but at the same time, Overwatch is slightly of a dead game right now, especially after Jeff Kaplan left, and we didn't
we didn't talk about that.
Jeff Kaplan
completely forgot that. But after him leaving the game for so long, being the lead of it, like I remember like watching Tim the Tatman stream like every fucking day playing Overwatch, and anytime Jeff would have like a thing, be like, "Daddy Jeff, give me something new." And then like he even played with Jeff one time, like to reveal the Echo Hero that like flies, and like they're in the training room together, and Jeff's like flying around. He's like, "Well, this is what you can do with her," blah blah. And he's like showing Tim personally, and it was like a great time.
That's dope.
That's really cool.
Now the dude's like completely backing out of it, while we've been waiting for Overwatch 2 for almost 3 years now, I think, at the end of the day.
When I saw the news that he left, I guess we'll address it right now. I was like, well, this explains so much. Yeah. It explains why we keep seeing Overwatch 2 and then nothing. And when I read this headline, I was like, okay. Well, this is starting to make sense as to why we've heard no updates on Overwatch 2.
And it's sad, but it's also one of those things where it's like, who the fuck takes his place? Because he's literally the face of the game. Like, Overwatch and Jeff Kaplan are synonymous in my head.
Yeah.
Like, you say Jeff Kaplan, I immediately think Overwatch immediately. Nothing else that this man has done in his life matters to me. No offense, Jeff. But, like, you are Overwatch man to me.
Yeah.
And, like, when I think of Overwatch, I think of all the times that Jeff explained in the Overwatch, like, briefings of, like, the new heroes coming and all of this and the map updates and how we're updating comp to be the 222 and, like, everything. Like, he is Overwatch. And with him leaving, I feel like that's the nail in the coffin for Overwatch.
That's sad,
It's
man.
already been slightly dying to me in my head, while like there is the professional league. Like even in Philly right now, they're building a professional stadium that I am 100% going to go to once the Fusion is and all the events.
I remember reading that and being like, I will never call myself a pro gamer, but I want to be in that ecosystem. That sounds dope.
Like there's times that I've had opportunities to go to ESL for CS:GO and I've just not gone because I was like, eh. But, like, I definitely want to be there for when that happens. But now I'm scared that now that they're building that and how Overwatch is, like, very much dropping in popularity, while the OWL is still an existent thing, obviously, it's going to the same exact level of, like, I don't know, reputability as CS:GO. Like, that's an old fucking game. We still have competitive CS:GO.
Yeah,
but how often do you hear about it?
That is true, and we have other and we have ghost games who are sometimes taking the place. Like for CS:GO, you have Valorant.
Yeah, and Valorant's completely blown CS:GO out of the water because it's pretty much if you took Overwatch and CS:GO and made the perfect love child with also transactions in between, which is sad. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I chose this question now because we literally completely forgot about Jeff. I almost forgot about you, Jeff. I'm sorry, Daddy Jeff. But
and I liked I played Overwatch a little bit. Like I didn't play it a lot.
I played the shit out of that game.
I played a little bit of Overwatch.
And that was before like we were a thing.
Yeah.
And before like I was down to play that kind of game. Like I was playing shit here and there, but I wasn't big on it. Like I played it, I think they released it like was it a demo or something like right before it came out?
Yeah.
Or maybe when it came out.
It was a beta test.
So I was playing online like solo, and I'm like, this is fun. Man, I can get down with this. But I never like bit the bullet and really like played it full on. And then when they announced 2, and I remember watching the trailer, and by that time we were in communication, and I was just like, this looks like I think I might be an Overwatch guy with 2. And then
people were up for it.
This, I was like, well, never mind.
Yeah.
It'll still come out eventually. If it doesn't come out, I'd be very surprised. I just feel like it's not going to be the same. And then I don't know how or who they're going to get to replace Jeff.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what makes Overwatch special is that you have this person to, like, give you the information of, like, what's going on with, like, the game and, like, X, Y, and Z. So they definitely need that for 2 now. I just don't know, 1, who it's going to be, and then 2, if it's going to be well received. Like fans are always going to love Jeff at the end of the day, and replacing him with someone else to do the same thing, which they're going to have to do it. It's going to be interesting to see who they choose.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they make the right decision. At the end of the day, I just want Overwatch 2 like a year ago maybe. And that while I don't want to rush out a game, it's one of those things where it's like
I should have been here by now.
It's been long enough. There was literally a demo that was playable when it was first shown off, like for that Lucio map.
Yeah.
Where like
I remember reading about it.
People played it. Like people played it at the event. How do you go from having a playable demo to having nothing in years? Like that's
and then dude stepping down.
And it's also weird to me because it's like Overwatch 2 was supposed to be like a simpler version of Overwatch 1 where it's just PvE, but you still have the PvP. So you just copy paste the PvP over with like the little bit you have,
Yeah.
and then you just hyper ramp up that PvE to different stories and stuff because you already had that with regular Overwatch, like with Dr. Junkenstein's Revenge, all the stories that happened with them. There was the one where you're taking out all the enemies wearing the red and shit. And like you're making your way through these levels back like when Overwatch was a thing, like in the canon of like the storyline. And like it makes more sense for it to be a PvE, to be fair, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like it never made sense as a PvP for what they were trying to do with like the animations and whatnot. It's like, okay, so there's the story of like Junkrat and Roadhog. Okay, well then why is there a Junkrat on our team and then there's a Junkrat on the other team? Right. There's only one fucking Junkrat, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's like a simulation of battle, I guess, but like why are we the simulators, you know? Like who is the simulators?
Yeah.
Deep.
That would actually be a cool thing if like Overwatch 2 showed us who was playing the simulator of the Overwatch people.
That would be cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I very much, when it comes back to the question though, I'm a big fan of the free-to-play games where they just cater to like season passes and like stuff like that. I also don't mind paying for a game and then also having a season pass too, as long as like it's a good game.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I think it comes down to whatever. It depends on the gamer you are. What do you like? What are you a fan of? Like,
I feel like for us three specifically, though, we're all in the boat of like we'll take anything. Where it's like we're not just playing. Like I'm not just playing first person shooters and that's it. And I'm not just playing free to play games. I'm also playing like the AAA games. I'm also playing some games here and there off to the side. That like don't really get much love. And then you know, like there's stuff like that, where I'll just pay like $15 here and there for like an indie title, or I'll just get it off of my free games from Twitch that you get every single month. But there's stuff that I feel like I'm of everything, but I prefer. But yeah, definitely the prefer. That's definitely what the question was prefer. Why am I? Words.
Words.
Nice long answers for these questions. We owe you guys.
We owe it to you guys.
We have one last question from a new emailer. This person is in the friend group as well. It's the first question that we've received from him. Welcome to the NGPs. You are now if you don't know what that is, because I feel like we say NGPs a lot, but we don't say what it means a lot.
Nerdy gamer person.
Nerdy gamer person. You are a nerdy gamer person amongst our community, and you are amongst the community now, and we appreciate you for your question that will be read now.
Shout out to Trevor. Trevor J, as his email says, hits us up and says, you have to design the next big game. AAA title. It can't be a shooter. What do you make and why?
Ooh. That's big.
Right. I have a pretty interesting answer, but I don't.
Battletoads.
No.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Don't. They did it. They already repeated it. Don't do it again.
No.
Next. Somebody else go.
Wait, what? You said you had something.
I did. I'm saying Battletoads, right? Y'all go first. Y'all go first.
Okay.
You go.
Me?
Yeah, because I'm still thinking, actually.
Okay. Well, what kind of game would I make? Well, I'm a huge fan of RPGs, so I probably would want to make a RPG like open world game. I don't want to follow Final Fantasy or Legends of the Dragoon because that's just been done overall. I think a single character RPG where it's open world, technically. You can... I don't know about the story, though. But the style of the game would technically be just RPG, open world, and with internet gameplay. And the reason why is I'm taking from Nintendo with Pokemon. So having where it's like an MMO type deal where you have players that keep connecting to servers and then they're live but not really from Sword and Shield, yeah. Like when they're kind of existing.
It's their character
but
model.
what if they had like actual things that like they come in and out, so like a server. But instead of you having to play with people like an MMO to continue on the story, you're just doing the story. Everybody's playing the same exact story or whatever. You can link at any point and then continue on if you want it. So if you had friends and stuff like that, sure. But there's no necessary thing for you to have to be there on the server. You can just play the story, do whatever. And if you wanted to play with friends, you could jump on and then jump in at any time and play with your friends, co-op, and then be at your friend's level.
Okay.
Because the reason that I don't like that aspect in many games, like big like MMOs and like big open world like RPGs, like World of Warcraft and stuff like that, is because a lot of the times you meet someone and then they either have to have the time to create a new character to then meet your level, to then have fun at where you are in the story, but then they have to replay all of that story. Which it would be better for where you have already played your story, you have your character. But what if this system would underlevel you to where your friend is and then join them on their story, regardless of where they go in the path?
Okay.
So you could have played the story and gotten ending 1, but then you can join your friend while he's playing the story. He's done the choices that he needed to do, and then you will get to experience ending 2.
All right.
Or ending 3, or ending 4. In the end, you could have been a party member for that other player within their own story, and you end up getting that ending.
And would this be under an IP at all that's like existent, or just a brand new?
It would just be a brand new IP.
What kind of IP, though?
I would give that a. I want to say that it would make more sense in a third-person RPG.
But are you like a hunt, like a?
I would say like
like Dragon Quest, or are you doing like World of Warcraft? Because it's pretty much like World of Warcraft or like RuneScape, but not.
But not really, yeah.
You know?
I was thinking to make it fun and like with the evolution and stuff, just keep it futuristic.
Okay, like
Just
Tokyo.
Just give it like a
Give
Neo
us
Tokyo,
Cyberpunk,
like
good.
Technically.
I like Neo Tokyo time
But you
settings.
have that ability of like under-leveling your character to join somebody else's story as a party member. So instead of you having to enjoy the RPG where you're the hero and you're meeting all of these people who have a piece of the story within the main story, and now you all become the hero to defeat this villain, you already a hero who defeated a villain, and now you're this person's party with your own story. So it's like...
That's a big fucking game, man.
Yeah.
Right, but it would just give it that extra step because you had played the story, you have done X missions, and after the game ended for you, that character is pretty much a hero within its own story. You can bring that hero into my gameplay, and I'm meeting your character as my RPG like member of I went through this whole plane, blah blah blah, and I had to do this, then this, but it's 2 people.
You pretty much want D&D the game, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
But
it sounds so in depth that
there's
how
so
could it not
much
be?
that nobody's playing the same game technically.
And I don't even mean that as a negative. It sounds so in
Yeah.
depth, but at the same time, like a great
Yeah,
kind of
because
in
like,
depth.
if you had like a big community and you have like that sort of Destiny-esque community where they're all playing, they have raids to do that, but nobody in Destiny did the same things. The only reason why they did is because the game forced them to.
True.
But if you force the player to just make their choice, go through the game, and end that character's story where at the end of it all, you just become a hero. Okay, cool. That character is done. You can't go back in the game with that character and continue playing, but you can choose to bring that character to somebody else's story
Right.
to continue on the gameplay.
I dig it.
That is a forever game.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at it. You got yours? I got mine if you don't have yours.
So I'm just gonna do an IP because I feel like it's like mad overdue. I feel like we need an Avatar game.
Oh, absolutely.
The Last Airbender, but not like I don't think we need Aang specifically. Like I feel like we just need to like be like a situation where you're in the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender. There are the 4 elements, and you choose which element you start with. You design your character from the start, and it's pretty much an action adventure. You just be like, oh yeah, this is me. I'm this person, and then you find out that you're the Avatar, and you've been like, and there'll definitely be 4 storylines, obviously, which is simple to do. You start in whatever village, I guess, if it's like earth, air, fire, or water, and then you are pretty much sheltered your whole life, not knowing you're the Avatar, and then you learn you're the Avatar, and then you have to go on this journey to pretty much find yourself and your powers. And as you do that, it's kind of open world, but not really because they're separated by water. But just a straightforward, almost God of War-esque series where you're just discovering yourself, leveling up your powers, becoming the Avatar, and then having like, I don't know if you would want a friend group along the way, kind of like in the actual series, or more like a loner style. Like I feel like that could be like something that you choose in game, where it's like you have the option to become friends with these people that are like set to be your friends, but you could also like just be distant with them and like say fuck you, I'm on my own.
Or you can have a party and then add a co-op.
I don't want co-op.
No,
I don't. Cool. Not for Avatar. No, because if that's the thing, if you have a co-op, then not everybody's the Avatar. There's only one Avatar.
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
So it's like, unless you're just doing in the world of Avatar and like you're a bender that exists, but I feel like that in and of itself becomes boring over time.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I want to be like the Ghost of Tsushima, where I have all these different styles of sword fighting, but it's actually the bending styles, and there's different combos for each that I can like learn and master while also following the story of whatever happens. Doesn't have to be the Fire Nation's bad. It could be, honestly, it'd be cool if like whichever storyline you choose, like say you choose the Water like tribe, if like the Earth tribe are the assholes in the situation, and you're like, and there's never the same story for each tribe, so then that gives you replayability times like 4. And you have like maybe like a 60 to 70 hour game, and then you have to go back and you're like, okay, cool, that was great playing as this water boy. Now I'm gonna be fire, and then when you play fire, the airbenders are assholes now, and they're the antagonists, and each of them have their own specific story that is strong in and of itself. But like you get those 4 different like takes. Either way, becoming the Avatar in the end, obviously being victorious most likely, because you don't lose in video games, really.
Right.
But this isn't Avengers Infinity War. But yeah, I just feel like it's long overdue that we get a game in which we play as someone in the Avatar universe. Like, there's definitely, obviously, Avatar games out there where you play as, like, Aang or something. But being able to be like, I'm the Avatar, and then design your character around that would be sick.
Yeah, I think I would
I agree.
that.
I think that's a good idea.
Also, keep it in the same style, too, of the anime. Even though technically it's not an anime, it's a cartoon, but in the anime style of the American cartoon, cool. But yeah,
I like it.
I would like that very much. I think that'd be a fun time.
That would
endless hours of fun, and yeah, single player. Yeah,
all right,
coming soon.
Hopefully, because now you made me want to play that game. The pitch made me want to play that game.
Yeah, the pitch is good.
Come on, contact me, Nickelodeon. Let's go. I'll write all 4 stories.
Hire us, Nickelodeon.
And then after that, you'll give me a bunch of money afterwards.
And then we can make that game that we all wanted from Nickelodeon forever.
Tiny Toons Racers.
Tiny Toons Racers.
Keaton and Kel the game.
Oh shit!
What would that be?
I have no idea. It would be a Telltale game.
Telltale game. Oh my god!
A comedy Telltale game.
That would be too funny.
That'd be good.
I would play the hell out of that. Actually,
like, you joke, but that would be good.
Yeah. A comedy Telltale games? That would be fun.
I guess you really could do it.
That would be actually good.
They just take the stories that they already had from the episodes and just make it.
Add it in there. Yo.
You could even just do Kenan and Kel as adults.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
After they, like live as themselves, and they're still acting, doing their antics and shit.
Nickelodeon.
Good Burger
What's
game. Do Good Burger.
Good Burger.
What kind of game is that?
You just make burgers. It's
Cooking
like Cooking
Mama.
All right,
Yeah.
so it's that kind of game. All right, cooking simulator type
Yeah.
game. You got your Ed, so when you look down at the food, there's like your dreads are hanging. You just see dreads hanging down, and as you move, you see your dreads moving around.
Your dreads like smacking sandwiches off the counter.
You have to like push the dreads out. It's VR. You have to push the dreads out of your face.
VR Good Burger game?
Good Burger? That would be funny.
You gotta drive the burger mobile and drop the stuff off.
And the douchebags from Mondo Burger come in, you have to like squish like sauce at them, and like it's a first person shooter.
Oh my god.
Nickelodeon and welcome.
I think Avatar sucks. Let's move on with Good Burger. Good Burger.
All right.
Let's take this really amazing IP and throw it in trash. I got something.
I have kind of a controversial one and one I think we've already said. Like, I still want that Batman Beyond game. That AAA Batman Beyond game. It's so overdue.
I feel like
I said it on our live stream.
Yeah, right.
Like, I want it. I want it. Where is it? It's been too long. This could have been a PS2 game as long as it took. Yeah. But now it has to be bigger and better, but I still want that. Now, I think we had this whole talk about mascots before with PlayStation versus Nintendo versus whoever, and all the mascots that Xbox don't got, and on top of their games that they don't got. Wait, they actually would fit in this too.
Xbox ain't got games.
No. I'm not gonna flip off Xbox. I have 3 of them in this room.
And there's 2 of them on display right now.
I think there should be more crossovers, intercompany crossovers. Like I'm talking to like imagine Ratchet and Clank, and somehow Astrobot gets into their world.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I think he fits in that world, and you could have an interesting crossover game of Ratchet and Astrobot.
So you want PlayStation All-Stars.
But good, and not a fighter.
Fighting game.
I'm tired of all the crossover games being sectioned off to either a shooter or a fighter.
What is it?
Smash Brothers.
CC Adventures. CC Adventures.
What's that?
Console crossover adventures.
That's the new genre of gaming to me.
That would be dope as fuck.
I think even if you kept it in fighters and shooters, like I think they're like Nintendo.
Can't be a shooter.
Huh?
Can't be a shooter.
Can't be a shooter. So
Can't be a shooter,
that's
yeah.
already off the table anyway. I have always thought with Nintendo, like, how have y'all not made? They've kind of played with it. I know we got Smash Bros. And we got Mario Kart. How has there not been like Super Smash Kart? With all those characters just in carts. You already got Link in Mario Kart now.
Kart, yeah.
Who else? There was another character that wasn't originally in Mario Kart, and I can't think of it now.
I don't remember. I haven't played Mario Kart yet.
Was it Sonic? Was he in like a cart? I don't remember. But how do you not just have... Huh?
Sonic was in it, yeah.
All right, so how has there not
Wait, no,
been...
there's Sonic Racers, no.
Well, now Sonic's integrated with Nintendo a lot now.
Yeah, it is.
They cross over a lot.
Because they got the Olympics or whatever.
But that's my
Sonic
point.
and Mario, the Olympics, baby. Number 3.
But that was my number one before. I actually wrote into a podcast one time before the last Olympics game came out with Mario and Sonic. I wrote in asking them like, "Yo, I think we're at the point where there should be Mario and Sonic should cross over legitimately."
Yeah,
like
Mario Odyssey co-op game with Mario and Sonic.
Now, I don't know how that story would work, but I think there needs to be, at this point, be a legitimate crossover between those two properties.
I mean, you can definitely branch that off from Smash Brothers, because Smash Brothers has this thing where it's like there's an entity out there that's playing with toys that are all Nintendo and or other different characters. Just have that, but expand it out into an actual adventure game.
Like Smash should be
like throughout consoles, like not just like the main mascot like fighters, but like throughout consoles. Like throw in like fucking like you said Astrobot in there, throw in Ratchet and Clank, throw in like
I think that as like we're talking about Nintendo, Smash should use. I mean, Nintendo should use that Smash concept, and at this point, y'all have gained so much. Like we've always keep saying, what are they going to do after the Smash Brothers? It was the ultimate Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
At this point, I think you need to use that formula, and I think they've gained enough notoriety where like this isn't a fighting game anymore.
Yeah.
Now we're going to use this formula with other shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think it would work so good. Yeah.
So like
Smash Chronicles.
Right. So
that would be dope.
So with Nintendo, I want that Smash Brothers like motto with other genres of gaming.
Okay.
With Sony, I think y'all need to start crossing over and getting more, bringing your fun back to your mascots.
Correct.
All your mascots are very serious outside of maybe Astrobot and Ratchet, but at the same time, give us something that we've never seen from you. Mm-hmm. We don't want PlayStation All-Stars, but you have enough characters now where y'all can make them do other things.
Yeah.
You don't have to make it canon. It could be a little side story, but like why? Go back to the old God of War style, right? I don't know how you would make these worlds connect, but it's Kratos and like Aloy, and they're just running around that arcade style, just fucking up.
Yo, can you imagine
somehow
that?
their universes connect. And,
oh shit, that would be dope.
And they're fucking shit up on an arcade over the top action game.
I dig it.
I would dig that.
How about like even with Xbox, like. Could
you imagine fucking Master Chief just going through a random portal and he just sees fucking demons? It's like, what the fuck? Did you see the Doom Slayer like come in, fucking wrecking
or
shit?
Gears? Why is he running around with Gears?
Yeah, like
I want
that could
shit
work.
like
that
fun.
would be dope.
I think they need something like that with all the major companies to just invigorate.
That's what
the
they do with
characters,
comics with like team ups and shit.
Right,
They'll
yeah.
have like 7 like comic runs of like Deadpool and Spider-Man or like Wolverine and fucking some I don't know, like Hawkman or something, like just random shit. Like I would love. Like I said it as a joke, like with the Mario and Sonic Olympics, but actually like taking Mario and Sonic in like an Odyssey type game and like having Eggman and Bowser
work together,
but they're not working together. Like they're just constantly trying to prove who's worst
better,
person and who's like badder than each other. And they're just constantly fucking up the worlds, and you just have to be Mario and Sonic co-op going through portals to like fucking Sonic World with Green Hill Zone, and then like coming back to Mario 1-1 and like just like back and forth, like getting like rings and coins, and, like combining them into something.
And you can have a story where maybe they're competing. Mario and Sonic are still competing, and you reinvigorate that old rivalry, the '90s rivalry between Nintendo and Sega, and like how you kind of highlight the fact that Mario can do things that Sonic can't, but Sonic can also do things Mario can't.
Correct.
So
I'll
they
tell
can
you
have
how that game ends though. Fucking Mario throws the mushroom and the star over to Sonic, and then Sonic makes him
the
go
emeralds.
Super Saiyan. Yeah.
Yo,
That
can you
would be
imagine
crazy
if
as
it
shit.
gave him like Chaos Emerald fucking Mario?
He's just Mario. The hat just turns yellow. It spikes
Yeah,
up
dude,
his
can you
hair out.
imagine like a
Super
fucking
Saiyan.
Super Saiyan Mario? Like,
But like you could have it where, like you said, Sonic goes to 1-1, and Mario could be cocky as shit, like, yeah, I've done this a million times, and Sonic runs through it and destroys it in 3 seconds, and Mario's like, what the fuck? Like,
That'd be dope.
that would be dope.
I would almost like that too if even like Mario like is at the end already when Sonic gets there. He's like, man, this guy's stupid. He thinks he could beat me, and then Mario's just like on the top of the pole looking
Like,
down at him like, bro.
Yo, that would be dope too.
exactly.
Mario just knows all the cheat codes to go through worlds.
Mario gets to
Sonic's just speedrunning.
Yeah, Sonic's
He's going through like
speedrunning through
1 to 5,
1,
and then he's like gets to 5 finally, and Mario's like, dude, there's a
warp zones.
There's a warp zone, dude. What are you?
And then
idiot?
he flags
fucking
he
idiot.
flags his little like cape at him and just goes down the tunnel again.
Dude, it's like the gif from that one movie on Netflix with James Franco on the
Oh, yeah.
First time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo,
But that would be great because then Mario would go to Sonic, like Green Hill Zone, and he's trying to do all his regular Mario shit, but then Sonic would be like, ain't no warp zones here.
yeah,
Like,
and he's
you
like
gotta-
tries to do the loop-de-loop and he can't do it. It's
Yeah,
Mario.
like Mario
Yeah.
falls over.
And Mario was like, he's looking at the landscape like, how the fuck? Like, this
Yeah,
is
how
a
the
long
fuck do I
ass
get
thing.
there?
How do you run up?
Like,
I can just go, ha! And that's it.
I think them doing fun things like that
That would be good.
is a new energy that video games don't have
Yeah.
right now. Like,
Bring back Jack and Daxter and put them with Crash.
right, like,
Yo,
just you already redid Spyro. Just put Spyro and Crash again.
Spyro and Crash, man. That
Yeah.
would be so great.
Spyro
They
going
did
through-
that before. The
Yeah.
GBA Crash games, it was Crash and Spyro.
It was Crash and Spyro,
But
yeah.
it was like side scrolling. It wasn't like canon or serious.
Yeah.
Make that a thing. That'd be dope.
And-
Bring Crash out of like his like platforming world.
Yeah,
And, like, put him in like the 3D
fucking-
world of Spyro.
Yeah, Dr. N just goes and goes, I'm going to take over worlds. And then he literally like goes over to like Spyro World to try and take it over. And then Crashes has to
And
go
you
and
keep
save
it
Spyro World.
all within ecosystems like that. You keep it in the PlayStation. If y'all don't want to do those big crossovers from system to system, I get it, fine. But I know there's a lot of paperwork that has to go with that.
Absolutely.
Like Mario's not gonna wake up and then like Kratos is there. Like
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen. But
It's
keep it
gotta
in
be
the
the
world.
same vein.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the most believable one that they could do on PlayStation is if they brought back Uncharted and put Lara Croft in it.
Lara Croft
Right.
in
And
it.
that
Yeah,
would be
cool.
dope as shit to me.
And that would work out really well as a co-op game as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
as like the It Takes Two game and the two brothers or not
Yeah.
brothers, but they're the prison guys, whatever the fuck it is. Fuck the Oscars, which is on this Monday. #ad.
a way out.
The way out, yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But,
But,
like
yeah.
I think you could cross as long as it makes sense to cross those worlds. I think it makes sense. You could even do it with third parties into first parties if those two companies are cool. Like PlayStation has a very good relationship with Capcom as far as
Yep.
Resident Evil. What if you see a Resident Evil trailer and you're just like, what the fuck? What's the what's the tone of this one? Like, what's the point of this one? And they zoom out, and then your character turns around, and it's Ellie walking through like the umbrella shit.
Yo.
And it's an arcade Resident Evil shooter, but it's starring Ellie and people from that Abby and
Right.
people from that
Yeah.
world.
That would
Yo,
work.
that would be crazy.
Like you think it's the new Last of Us, and then she turns over something on the ground, and it's the
It's
umbrella
Corp.
and
Yo.
E3 moment of the year.
Yo, that
Like,
would be outrageous.
You heard it here first.
Like literally the
won't happen, but you heard it
but
here
that's
first.
that's
Yeah.
such
that
a
would be
good
amazing.
idea.
Like literally, the
Yeah.
Fireflies were like fucking playing around with the mushroom to counteract the G virus or whatever that they started with. And then like the whole shit went down, and then all of a sudden you have like Leon, which survived, and is somewhere fucking else trying to figure shit out. And then he like shows up, and that whole scene happens.
You think it's Resident Evil? It's Resident Evil. You think it is Resident Evil. It's first person. It's someone going through. You don't see who it is yet.
Right.
You see Leon's. All right, cool. They're bringing Leon back. Resident Evil. And Leon's like, "What's your name?" And it turns around and it's just like, "I'm Ellie. I'm from." It's like, "Oh shit."
Yo, that would be outrageous.
She was like,
she wouldn't say I'm Ellie. She'd be like, "No, fuck you. What's your name?"
She would, but you have to
cut the
right.
Yeah.
But we could play with that because then Leon can be like, "Hey, I got you," and she could be like, "This isn't my first rodeo."
Yep.
She says, "This is my first rodeo." Cut to black, and that'd be so good.
That would be so good. I'd play the shit out of that game.
And it doesn't even have to be canon. I keep saying it could just be a nice little side. Let it be so good.
It would be a fresh IP. That's the thing that I'm saying. It's like there's not enough wiggle room for devs to have a moment to like be creative.
I got goosebumps like that shit happened.
No. Like I'm saying
the camera was HD. So.
Yeah,
I know,
you can see
right?
the goosebumps. But no, it sucks, and I feel like it's bad because the big publishers and like the producers are like hoping for money, getting money, and since most of this stuff is getting like funded by investors, there's not enough thought process on the like creative side of games of bringing ideas like that into the table where like paperwork needs to get done, but investors will see like that's too much money, too much investing, too much thing.
As far as
so
PlayStation,
it's like they don't give them that chance.
And PlayStation is the biggest culprit to that. They just want big budget box office things that have already worked to work again.
Yeah.
But I feel like all right, well, if that's what you want, how about we bring two big budgets together?
Yeah, that would make like outrageous sense. Like
True. Damn,
but
man.
that's my AAA.
Hell yeah.
Fuck, I want to play that.
Thank you to Trevor, Anna, and Lucas. We still have a couple Anna questions to get through because backlog.
Yep.
But if you have a question and you would like to have it answered by La Boys, shoot us an email at savebeforequitting, fully spelled out at gmail.com. And if you are too lazy to spell out the EFORE, you can do that over on our social media as well, on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch, where we stream every so often. We'll probably get a schedule coming down pretty soon, hopefully, when it comes closer to summer. Mm-hmm. But we're at least live once a week minimum. So whether that be Titanfall, whether that be us just bullshitting, or Apex, or maybe even some other games.
Or an unboxing.
Or an unboxing.
Yep.
Which maybe we'll do more of those coming soon. We'll never know.
Yeah.
But you'll never know unless you follow us.
Yep.
And yeah.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the show. And what's the last thing that we got to do?
Last thing, as always, is to save before quitting.
Save before quitting.
It's a cult.
It is. Join us.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
All right.
Join us.
Peace.